What's up, listeners? Welcome to Predator vs. Movies. I'm Alex.
I'm Peter.
I'm Aidan.
Oh my god, it's the ASMR special.
And this is a podcast where we discuss and review the latest movie releases. We're going to start off with a non-spoiler review before diving into a deep discussion of the film. And we're going to ask the most important question. Would this movie be better if the alien from Predator was in it? This week, we're going to be reviewing the year 2022 and all the movies it contains.
Oh my god.
This is an NPR podcast. No, it's not. Just kidding. Don't associate.
Just
us
kidding.
with that.
It's Predator versus movies.
So welcome to 2023. We're going to start off with our usual segment. We got some news. So first off, Avatar 2, The Way of Water is profitable. Hooray.
Let's go.
I'm
Good
surprised
job,
it took
James
this
Cameron.
long, to be honest. Because,
I'm
it-
not.
That was a short time period. I don't think that was that long.
It needed to make like over $1 billion to become profitable. So
is that
I
so?
mean,
Because I thought most movies, as long as you make 2-3 times the budget, it's considered profitable.
No, it depends on, I don't know. I think it's a specific case-by-case thing, right? Like, I don't think it...
yeah, and also the first Avatar didn't make a bunch until like a month into the release. That's when it really like. That's when
Yeah.
it really started like
True,
cruising along.
true.
So
Well, I
this one's
guess-
kind of similar, I guess. Like
Yeah. I guess it's not like time period more so that how much money it needs to make to become profitable,
yeah.
you know?
well, yeah, I mean they had to invent technology for it. So
Yeah, and
Oh,
I heard that it's cracked the top 10 highest-grossing films of all time already.
oh
So,
really?
Yeah, so
That's crazy.
at number... Sorry, what were you going to say?
It is top grossing of 2022, right?
Yes.
I saw.
Yeah.
I think it just beat Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
Recently.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
I have the list in front of me right now. So at number 12 is Top Gun Maverick, followed by Furious 7 at 11.
This is all time.
All time.
Top
is
Gun
number-
Maverick is top 12.
12.
Oh my god.
Dude, movies made money this year.
It's made quite a bit of money. Number 10 is The Avengers. Number 9, Avatar: The Way of Water, sitting at number 9 right now. Number
Wow.
8 is The Lion King 2019.
No way!
Absurd. I
the
don't
fuck?
know why. Number 7 is Jurassic World. Number 6,
Okay.
Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Okay, that's
Okay.
fair.
Number 5, Avengers: Infinity War. Number
Right.
4, Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Number
Uh-huh.
3, Titanic. Number 2, Avengers: Endgame. Number 1, Avatar.
Well, Cameron knows how to make money. What can I say?
Jimmy
Yeah.
Jams.
3 films in the top 10 of all time.
Yeah.
Like, that's just insane.
That's
Okay,
insane.
this is
And all original. All of them are like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
original movies.
Avatar's
fair.
a sequel,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Oh
Avatar's a
yeah,
sequel,
I guess
so this is
2
not
was out.
original.
But yeah.
Okay, I
Two
just
originals.
googled this, but this is absolutely wild. So, on November last year, Variety reported Avatar 2 needs to make $2 billion to turn a profit. James Cameron says.
What he said was it needs to be one of the highest grossing films of all time to be profitable.
Okay.
And that came true. So, like, he's not wrong. People interpreted that as, oh, it needs to make $2 billion to be one of the top grossing. But I think
Uh-huh.
that was maybe speaking in hyperbole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's weird when I Google the budget, it says $250 million. And it's already made over 4 times that. So, I have no
Yeah.
idea.
I don't know. And what's more interesting to me than any of that is just James Cameron's response to it. I should pull it up. 'cause-
Yeah, it's like, oh, I gotta make the
Yeah.
sequels now.
Well, I guess I gotta make them.
Yeah, it was like relatively like reluctant. Oh, okay. So he said, "It looks like I can't wiggle out of this. I'm gonna have to do these other sequels."
Yeah,
That
I mean, he's
doesn't-
just joking. Like he's just saying it, like he's just being like playful about it. Like obviously he wants to do them.
It sounds reluctant. Like it's like, well, now I have to do it. You
No,
know?
I think the joke is that it's like he's clearly wants to do it and has been pushing so hard for it, and he's like, well, now I guess I have to. Like that, I think that's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I feel like he likes being the rebel. So like, what if now that he's got like, he's proved himself again, and again in Avatar specifically,
Uh-huh.
and now he's like, oh, but now I have to do it, and now they want me to do it. No, I don't want
He doesn't
to
think it's cool anymore.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We'll see. We got some news on Gladiator 2, which is a movie I didn't know that was happening. It's long-awaited sequels, I
Yeah.
guess, is
That's
the
when
trend
I
here.
saw that, I actually laughed out loud when I just something about the title Gladiator 2 is really funny to me.
Yeah. So that's Ridley Scott is returning as director and maybe writer. I'm not sure, but and it's gonna follow the kid of the main guy who I don't know the name of, played by Russell Crowe.
Hmm.
And so apparently there was a big casting call for young male actors in Hollywood, and among the likes of Austin Butler,
Oh
Miles
yeah.
Teller,
Hmm.
Timothy Chalamet, and Richard Madden, the winner of the role went to Paul Mescal,
Yeah.
the Aidan lookalike. And I mean,
After Sun's very own.
I love Paul Mescal now, so like
Yeah, he
I'm
was great in After
perfectly.
Sun. Yeah.
I think he could be great. I'm pretty excited. I think he's good for the role.
Yeah. Also, allegedly looks like me. So hell yeah, let's get it.
Peter, what do you think? Does he look like Paul Mescal?
Absolutely. Exact
Okay.
same person,
All right.
honestly.
Who
I
Okay.
think
else?
I think he's just undercover right now. You know what I mean? He just
Okay.
comes on the pod once a week, and then goes back to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, I see. Who else does Aiden look like? You've
You guys
got
said
quite
I
a
looked
list
like.
running.
You guys said I looked like that's one of the trends of this year. You guys said I looked like the guy from Triangle.
Oh
Yes, he
yeah,
does though. He actually does.
calm down.
Oh my god. No, actually, he looks like the guy from Triangle more than Paul Mescal. What's his name? Let me pull up the film.
That's about the same. I don't
There was
know.
also there was some other guy too, but I don't remember who it was.
Oh, the Hobbit book.
No. I just thought Aidan would like
Okay.
the cover because it's so chaotic.
Now we're getting into like really niche jokes that are
My
only funny to
my
us.
god, my god, look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, guys. So if you're listening to the pod right now,
Guys,
look at the picture
listeners,
of
look at it.
look at the picture Peter's showing us right now. Anyways, Martin Scorsese had a comment recently about
Yeah.
cinema's future, as he often does. Apparently, as depressed as he is about the outlook of cinema right now, the clouds lifted when he saw Tar, and I
It's
mean,
been
yeah,
spoken.
that's
He has spoken.
he
Yeah.
has spoken, and I mean, yeah, I feel like Tar is probably like the biggest budget, most cinematic movie that came out this year. I
Mhm.
think,
Other
like,
than like Babylon, I guess, in terms of like huge scale, big budget,
yeah,
artsy.
I think Tar just like tops that list. Whereas like After Sun is just too indie,
Yeah.
um, to be like as it wasn't as popular as Tar. That's just what
Right.
happened. So, oh, there was a clip circulating on Twitter of from No Time to Die, and it's James Bond. So spoilers for that movie if you care at all. That's like a year old now. Pew pew pew. And he's James Bond is interrogating. Oh, what's his name? The
Christoph Waltz.
yeah, blow not Blofeld,
Blowface.
maybe Blowface. Yeah, so he's interrogating
Blowface.
Christoph Waltz's Blowface, and this would have, I guess, they must have filmed close to Knives Out too, Glass Onion or something, because like it's so uncannily the same as Benoit Blanc, like just with a British accent and like kind of a little bit Southern American in there.
Yeah.
And just like some of his mannerisms, like the way he moves his hand, are very
Yeah.
Benoit
The way
Blanc.
he puts his hand forward is so funny. Like it's just the exact like Benoit Blanc explaining something.
Yeah, like I watched that movie. I don't know how I didn't catch that. Anyways, go check out Benoit Bond if you can.
Yeah.
We got some trailers this week.
Trailer.
There was a trailer.
Into the
Trailer park.
That was a very good sound effect. I still don't agree with it, but it was good. There's a trailer for Renfield, which is a comedy based on Dracula,
Oh yeah.
and that stars Nicholas Hoult playing Renfield, who's like Dracula's
Assistant.
human question mark assistant, but who has superpowers or something.
Okay.
And Nicolas Cage stars as Dracula, and it's like they're in a toxic relationship, and Renfield is trying to get out of it. And
Oh,
he's like the
okay.
guy who like procures the bodies for Dracula.
Wait,
Oh, okay.
was this the movie that originally gonna have Harry Styles as the main guy,
No,
and then what's that
No,
movie?
what was that
Because
though?
I
that's
remember Nicholas Hoult got casted for a role that Harry
also for
Styles is
that.
doing.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
Robert Eggers' Nosferatu.
Oh yes, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah, so he's just like all vampires all the time now.
yeah, yeah.
Nicholas Hoult, that is. Actually, because I was thinking when the Renfield trailer came out, I was like, isn't there like another thing where there's gonna be vampires? I thought there was like behind the scenes footage of Nicolas Cage as a vampire for something else, but it must have been Renfield. I don't know. But I know
Yeah.
Chloe Zhao is also doing vampires next.
Oh really?
That's her next thing. Yeah. Oh, and wasn't it Future Vampires? Wait, Chloe.
Future
Zhao.
vampires.
I'm not
Chloe
making
Zhao.
this up. Okay, this is news from 2021. The headline is Chloe Zhao teases her sci-fi western Dracula film.
okay.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm into that.
So I have no idea if that's still in production because like I can't say anything else about it, but like that sounds awesome. I'm totally down for that.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Renfield trailer?
Yes.
I believe maybe.
It's it's like a high energy comedy kind of action thing. And Aquafina is also in it as like a
Okay.
police detective or something. Peter, seeing as you have for sure seen it, what did you think?
I thought it was cool. Like Nicholas Hoult. I really like Nicholas Hoult. I think he's a great actor. And if you've seen him in The Great, it's sort of like similar energy where it's like goofy and then a little bit of well, I guess it's just goofy. That's shared between these two.
You know what's crazy? My cousin's probably former now dance teacher
uh
is his sister.
Nicholas
Really?
Holt's sister?
Yeah, so I've got like
Oh.
a couple
What the
degree.
fuck?
I got like
That's great. Wait. Hold up.
okay, stop shouting into the mic. That's like 3 degrees of Nicholas Holt. And I bet like Nicholas Holt has like 2 degrees to Kevin Bacon or something. So I think
Yeah,
that's my 6 degrees there.
you're pretty close there. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean I've never met Nicholas Holt, but yeah. Because he's Canadian, right?
No, he's
I thought he
British.
was British.
He's very
Oh,
British.
what? This is interesting. Nicholas.
New wrinkle in the story.
Bro, that's crazy. Okay, we should talk about this
He
more.
is. He is.
Let's talk about this more after the pod, but I want to find out more. That's
He's
so
an
cool.
English actor. What else does it say? So he's from Berkshire.
Berkshire.
Berkshire. His paternal grand aunt was Dame Anna Neagle, a stage and film actress active in the 1930s and 40s. He has
Okay.
3 siblings, who is a United States, an elder brother who's a U.S.-based biology student, and 2 sisters, both of whom are actresses. That's confusing. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this rabbit hole, but
Yeah.
we also got a teaser for Brandon Cronenberg's Infinity Pool, and there was a trailer released in December that we forgot about or purposely neglected. And so we're gonna just kind of talk about both, I guess, whichever you've seen. So Brandon Cronenberg is the son of David Cronenberg. Both of them are Canadian directors, and this movie stars Alexander Skarsgård, I believe,
Yep.
and Mia Goth.
Mhm.
And I think it looks really good. I'm
I
pretty
think it
excited for
looks
this
really
one.
cool as well. Yeah.
So that comes out at the end of January, I believe. And yeah, I wasn't even certain I was gonna watch it at all. Like I was like, body horror is like I can't do
Yeah,
that.
body
I
horror
can't.
freaks me out.
Yeah, I'm avoiding Crimes of the Future. Like I don't think I'll ever watch that just because like it's too much. But I'm so down for this. It looks great.
Yeah.
So we're doing something a little different today, aren't we,
A
boys?
little different.
Just a little bit. So
Yeah, this one's a little different, guys.
so in order to talk about as many movies as possible from the past year, we're gonna do a movie draft. So basically, this is how it works. Okay, so we're gonna take turns picking movies that came out this year, and we're gonna try and fill out one movie for each category. So the categories are blockbuster, which I had a rule for that. It has to be over $100,000 domestic. So I have a list of movies that qualify. So blockbuster, action, horror / family friendly movie for those of us on the podcast who can't stand horror.
Very similar categories there.
Shout out to Peter Huang. International movie, which for us is basically everything. So international just means...
technically, that is pretty much everything for us.
Yeah, so international for us is anything that's not from the US. And I don't think any of us have any Canadian features, so it's not going to be a problem.
No, I didn't see any Canadian movies.
Drama, comedy, and then wild card, where we can pick anything. So, if the other rules that I should explain, if a movie is selected, it cannot be picked again by any other person or for any other category. Once it's picked, cannot be picked again for any reason whatsoever. Once a category has been filled, it's done for that particular person. Every person has to fill their categories. So we'll have 3 blockbusters, 1 for each of us, but no one can have 2 in blockbuster, for example. We're going to do something called snake order, which means whoever goes first... Sorry, it goes 1, 2, 3. The third person goes again. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. So that no one has to like... Oh, no, it's like third place would be a disadvantage. So you get a re-advantage by going twice. And then so it's something like
I think people get it. I think people get it.
Yeah, makes sense.
Hey, Aidan, can we have some snake sound effect for this?
I hated that. Stop. So I'm gonna pull up my wheel of names that only I get to watch, and I swear I won't lie.
And we get to go like go, go, go without seeing it. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. We're gonna pick the order. Okay.
Go, 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 here we go, go. Oh yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah, it's a wheel. Oh,
there it is. Oh. It's one Peter Huang.
Oh my god, let's go.
Holy. So what's your favorite fucking blockbuster?
No. Okay, wait.
Let's do the order first. Yeah, let's do the order.
Okay. Yeah. No, it's between me and Aidan. Okay, come on, motherfucker. Let me go.
Dude, I felt like the second place was the worst.
You're second?
It's me. Yeah, I'm second.
A second is the worst, to be honest, because you never get to go first. Yeah.
I don't care if you take action over me. I'm not. I don't know. I think I know what you're gonna pick, and I don't think it's the same pick as me. So I don't give a fuck.
Okay. So the order will be Peter, myself, Aidan, myself, Peter, myself, Aidan, and so on. Yeah. And just to reiterate, we can go in any order. So you do not have to pick blockbuster first, action next.
Oh, are you sure about that? Because I feel like that will be very messy, I feel like.
No,
are we just doing like a checklist?
That's the point. So you're saying like, I value picking international first.
Oh, okay.
Because I think my options will get all screwed up if I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe I am mad that you're second.
I'm surprised that you guys didn't know that, and I'm wondering if we should take a break for you guys to rethink your processes.
I'm ready to go, man.
I'm ready to go. I'm going somewhat raw no matter what. Like, I have a general idea of what I want.
He's raw dogging the draft.
Yeah.
So, to be clear, no particular order. You can pick your wild card first if you want. That would be a weird choice, but whatever. Like, there's no any order you have to go.
Right,
so.
Cool.
Peter, you go first. You get to pick whatever movie you'd like that released this year and for any category. What do you pick first?
I'm going to do action, and my pick would be Top Gun Maverick.
I knew that would be going quick. Yeah.
That wouldn't be my...
Action, so. Like, other than, like, this is just an amazing achievement. Like, for a film, being able to film these scenes and actually have cameras in these jets, having the technology to, like, when they advertise the film, they say, like, you can feel the G's. I mean, it's not that extreme, but, like, it does certainly feel much more realistic than CGI fighting sequences. So
if you're in the D-box seats, you feel the G's.
You feel the G's.
You feel the G's and the D's.
And like, I mean, like plot wise,
Oh man.
Anyways,
Sorry, Peter.
the plot wise is nothing special, but like just the action alone is spectacular, and it deserves all the praises it's getting. And ranked 12 on top gross of all time. So
Nice. Where is it? Sorry, I forget. So does Peter say where he has it ranked on his
Yes,
whole
yeah.
thing?
So for every movie, we're going to discuss where we have it ranked in our ranking as of now and what score we've given it. And this allows people the opportunity to retroactively change previous scores that they may have given
okay.
that they feel
Yeah.
are unfair in retrospect.
Um,
Um,
I originally gave it a. I don't have them ranked, but I feel like it's a clear top 10 for me. Originally I gave it a 3.5 out of 5, mainly criticizing the story. But then if you throw the story aside, I think this can be easily a 4 or 4.5 out of 5 for me.
Cool.
yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 5, and I honestly believe that it could be deserving of a 4.5.
Really?
I just really struggle with the scenes like Jennifer Connelly, like the B story. I think it's just kind of
Sure.
like weak and nothing. But I've seen it twice this year, and I mean the experience is insane. It's one of the most enthralling movies of this year. The Like Peter said, the cinematography is fantastic. It's probably one of the better cinematography movies this year. Man, yeah, that's a good choice. Good first choice.
And honestly,
Yeah.
like I just want to talk about when this movie first
We'll get
got
to Aiden.
announced. When this movie first got announced and we saw like the initial trailers, like me personally, I feel like you too, Alex, we
Yeah,
weren't that hype about this movie. But
at
then
all.
actually, like seeing the reviews and seeing it, it's a very pleasant surprise to
Yeah,
see.
Aiden has to give
Yeah.
his score. So
Yeah, so I was expecting to love this movie. I love like the Mission Impossible movies. I love like the doing things practically and like having really nice action. I was nowhere near as enthralled by this movie as I feel like everyone else was. I gave this movie 3.5 stars. I'm pretty firm in that. It's 24 on my year ranking.
oh
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. I
that's
don't know.
interesting.
It's like I just didn't love this movie like everyone else did. I don't know. It just didn't. It just didn't hit the same for me.
Interesting.
And your review is okay, fine. I will respect the troops.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
yeah.
Peter, where does Top Gun rank in your list? I'm not sure we heard about that.
I don't have them ranked, but I think it'll be easily a top 10 for me.
Okay, mine
Yeah.
is currently at top 8 for Top Gun. Anything else you want to say about Top Gun?
I think we can move on.
Okay,
Over to you,
so
Alex.
all right,
Ooh, what are you
all
gonna
right.
take?
I gotta be.
I know what I'm gonna do. I know what my two priorities are, so I'm good.
Yeah, I think. Okay, I'm all about priorities right now. So
Yeah.
there's movies that I really love,
Uh-huh.
but it's in a category that there's so many good options that I'm
Mhm.
willing to let those slide and pick the categories that are a little bit like there's fewer options that I like, so I gotta pick the category there. So
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have to pick under blockbuster because most of the films in
Oh,
there are pretty shit. Like that's just you know
Yeah,
what?
sure.
That's
that's
just
fair.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm
fair.
seeing. So okay, fuck. Okay. I
Dude,
think
come on.
hmm,
You sound like you got a game plan going into this.
I do have a game
Ooh.
plan. I'm gonna play this well. Fuck. I can't decide between them. We talk to. Uh, I think I'm gonna have to actually change my mind here. I'm gonna go with Nope. I'm gonna go with Nope under Blockbuster.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
That's my horror pick.
Well, there's lots to pick for
Shit.
horror.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah, I know what my second horror pick is. Okay.
okay.
Fuck.
So Nope. Um, I was well. Oh no, we said we weren't gonna pick. I'm not gonna tell you what my other option was because it's still on the table.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's just not a lot of blockbuster movies that really got me, and I just think Nope is one of the most like interesting movies we got this year. I
Mhm.
think when we did the episode on it way back at the beginning, I said that this was maybe my second favorite Jordan Peele. I think this is his best one.
Oh yeah.
Thinking back on it, I think this is better than Get Out, and I'm really itching to see it again. I think his like musings on the nature of horror films and like observing and kind of like exploitation are just so fascinating. Just another movie that was really gripping to watch. Some really great horror. I know Aiden wanted to pick this one as his
Yeah,
horror pick because it's just like some of the most frightening, truly
yeah.
frightening things.
This
Not
is
cheap scary, like real scary.
Yeah,
Right, Aiden?
this is not across the board the scariest movie like from start to finish ever, but when this movie is trying to be scary, it is one of the most disturbing things I've seen in years. Like the scene of the people being sucked up into the UFO, like that is one of the most deeply unsettling things I think I've seen of movies made this century. Like
Yeah, yeah, no, that's totally
yeah.
fair. And I just think, what else can I say about no? Oh, Jordan Peele teaming up with Hoytema, I think, or something like that.
The
Um,
DP.
yeah, the DP for who does. I think he does the Nolan movies. He's like big on IMAX. I just like that collaboration is fascinating and so it works so well. Um, Probably one of the most like visually iconic movies of the year, like with
Hmm.
symbolism that we're not going to forget. I'm not going to
Yeah.
forget this movie for a while.
Neither am I.
So I think that's yeah, that's I think that was a good pick for me. I want to know where you guys rank it and what score you gave it. I
Yeah.
personally gave it a 4 out of 5, and it's at number 7 for me, just above Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, really?
So I could see myself giving it a 4.5.
Yeah,
I
so
could
this
bump it
movie
back.
is also at 7 for me. It
Oh,
is
there you go.
exactly at 7, and I gave it 4.5, and
Yeah.
I'm very confident with that.
Peter?
Oh my god.
Now Peter
See,
gives the bad take.
um,
Brace yourselves. Brace yourselves.
well, I didn't like this movie, so and I'm very willing to see it again because I feel like I must have missed something. It's not in top 10 for me. I give it a 3 out of 5. I have not seen it since
Same.
first time seeing it, so we'll see, man. It might change when I see it again.
I think you need to change your opinion on for horror films.
Okay, man.
Like,
So good.
I didn't rate it this low because it's horror. I rated this low because I feel myself not really resonating with the characters. And
hmm.
I'm big on character work, so.
Yeah, and you're being cringed. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You can be cringe. Anyways, so I think that's we can move on from this
Time for
this
my
one.
pick.
Now it's Wombo's turn.
Time for Wombo.
A10
Wombo's
Sunny?
turn.
So I have been thinking about this a lot for the past 5 minutes. And
Nice, nice.
After I stole note from you, yeah.
That's okay. The only thing, there's a particular genre that I wasn't really thinking about, but I'm now looking at it and it's like, there aren't that many that I really liked in that genre. And if I think about every other genre, I can think of like at least two where I was like, this was a good one. So I'm almost tempted to go for that one, but I just don't
Are
know.
you gonna do comedy? That sounds
That's
like
not what,
comedy.
No, I
that
bet
is not what I'm thinking.
I
That's just,
okay. Go.
that's not what I'm thinking about doing, but now like I don't even know necessarily what my pick is. Like this it just slipped my mind and I was like, I don't know what I really want to pick out of this. Oh no, okay, I do know what my pick is. No, okay, never mind. I'm
You have
not doing
two
comedy.
picks, by the way. So like you're like
Oh, I have
golden
two
right now.
picks. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You have two
Okay,
picks
well,
in a row.
I'm gonna lock in International Decision to Leave.
Good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That's
So
fair.
yeah, yeah, this movie was fucking insane. I loved like the kind of neo noir sort of style that it had. I loved the cinematography. There were effects in this movie that I'd never seen before, like the how it played with focus and stuff like that. I thought it was a really engaging story. It was like the way the story is told is like maybe a little like it almost like takes you out of it for a second, but I was like right back into it and I was like, oh okay. And then once I finished it, I was like, yeah, this was great. Yeah, I really really enjoyed this movie. I gave it 4.5 stars. It's number 2 of the year for me.
Yeah, I mean, this movie was like an insane drug trip of camera work. Aiden and I are currently working on a short film, and we're just like we keep referencing it, like how crazy can we make the camera work, and
Yeah,
based on like what we saw in Decision to Leave. Um, I just love the blend of genres in there. Like it's a detective procedural, it's a noir, it's a romance, and man, just like yeah, the it was a really interesting experience, and I really do need to see that one again. I have it ranked at Mine, it's number 3 for me.
Okay.
It could be a number 2. I don't know. It's a number 3 for me as of now, and it's I give it 5 out of 5 stars.
Nice.
Because at some point I have to be like, okay, if
Some film deserves a 5.
something needs to be
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
if anything. So I was like, what, this could be a 5 for me. Peter, what about you?
I mean, I'm just very glad that I got convinced to watch this film because, like, initially, just based on the trailers alone, it's just like, okay, this seems okay. It might be fun, but then after seeing the ratings and Alex's comments, I was like, okay, I have to watch this, and I don't regret it at all. It's like I think the film is just like the character work is just right, paired with just amazing visual and like a spectacular story, just everything working together so well. It's just an achievement, you know. And
What are you
Sorry,
doing right now,
I just
Aidan?
realized I just realized what my next pick is. Sorry. Yeah.
okay. um, and I give it a 4 initially. I think it's easily a 4.5, and I would like raise it right now, honestly. And after watching it again, I might just give it a 5. I think it's that good. I won't repeat like the comments on visual again. It's just amazing, some of the shots, and also like the movie has some amazing dialogues as well. Like quoting from the female protagonist, "When your love for me ended, my love for you began," and like that just by itself may seem like very mundane line, but when placed in the context of the movie, it's elevated and gives you a whole different level of meaning, which I thought was spectacular. So top 3 for me easily, but
A movie I
uh,
instantly wanted to rewatch, which is a
yes,
common theme
yes,
of
Yeah.
like a lot of the movies in my top 10.
I'm gonna take a quick pause here before Aiden's second pick. What are you holding in your hands right now, Peter? Is that a golf ball or
no,
lip balm?
it's a lip balm.
Okay, that makes more sense than a
We've
golf
gotten
ball.
to the bottom of it.
Mystery solved. Okay, Aiden, what's your next pick? I'm a little
So I'm gonna
nervous.
swing on over to drama,
Okay.
and
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to
Actually,
take.
no, I'm not nervous.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna take After Sun.
After
Yeah,
Sun is
I knew it was gonna
drama.
be gone.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like that one fits several categories. Sorry,
Yeah.
Aiden, go.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is my favorite movie of the year. I have this ranked number 1. This is a movie that I am changing the ranking of. I had it as 4.5. This is now a 5 for me. Yeah, this is a great movie. The way that it talks about memory and how your memories like influence your character as a person and like yeah, like it's almost it's so fun to describe it because there's such a mix of emotions in it. Like there's a sense of grief that kind of permeates the movie, but it's also like it's weirdly hopeful in other ways. The way like it so precisely chooses what the best shot to like to convey what they're trying to convey. Every single shot does so much. And even when it's like super simple, like I've talked about this on a review, like the shot of Paul Mescal crying with his back to the camera is like one of my favorite shots of the year. And it's so simple.
Yeah.
I think like that's in the same category as the Paul Dano shot in Fablemans.
Does he
Towards the
know?
end of it.
Does he know?
Oh,
Yeah,
the,
the one where it's in
yeah,
the corner. It's like, but yeah, like, oh, I love that. Yeah, this was a great movie. It was so good at, like, everything felt so important, but the movie didn't feel like it was one of those things where the filmmaker tried so hard to cut the fat that they took out of all of the, like, resonating qualities of it, because that can happen where a movie feels like it's too efficient. And no, I thought this movie was great. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, 5 stars, number 1. Yeah, I already said that. Yeah.
Yeah, same. 5 stars, number 1. I I briefly considered taking this as my first pick,
Mhm.
but I have to play the long game here,
Sure.
and so I let that one slide. I know I can fill those categories with the ones that you did with other perfectly great movies. But yeah, After Sun, probably one of the best directorial debuts of directorial feature debuts that I've ever seen. Um, what else can I say? The kid acting in it is like insane, and some of the most um, inventive and unique direction in cinematography, like shot choice, uh, just every shot, every frame of painting kind of looking
Yeah.
film. And yeah, just like a really like a film that while I didn't cry during it, we talked about this during the episode. Like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't cry during it. Like after, like it weighed so heavily on my soul, and
Yeah.
like
Oh, wow.
very few films are able to like actually affect me.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's the marker of a really great film is one that really just sticks with you
Yeah.
afterwards. So
I
good
think
choice.
it's so interesting that this movie about memory, it's like in your recollection of it, like that's what. Yeah. Yeah. I think you did,
So
Peter.
he was trying to be subtle and use the chat. I have it all written down. You did choose Top Gun for action.
Okay,
Okay.
that's good.
But
I'm
yeah,
forgetting things.
I was just saying, I think it's interesting because I had the same thing where I didn't cry during it, but it was like it was weighing on me so much talking about it and remembering it. I just think that's interesting in that that's the effect of a movie that's largely about memory.
Yeah. Peter, do you have any thoughts about After Sun?
I'm low key scared to comment on this movie because again, like I feel like it's just I'm going against the like personally going out of the theater. I was like, okay, that like some amazing visuals. I love some of the reflection shots where they use like the TV. Sometimes they play something on the TV, then the TV turns off and acts more like a mirror to like reflect things, and then they show the shots that way. Some really creative shots in there, but I just did not dig the story. And like this is one of the movie where if you don't dig the story, then the movie doesn't work for you. So I think it's another rewatch for me. Currently, it's not on my top 10 of the year, but it
That's
feels like
crazy.
it should be. So
I thought
we'll
I
see.
thought you were Mr.
Yeah.
Character Work.
Yeah, but like I feel like it's just
There's no
the
actors in it that he knows, so he's
no,
like,
no, no,
ah.
that's not why. That's not why. It feels like very scattered, but maybe that's like the point. It's meant to be scattered. When I was first
Like,
watching it, so
not even though,
yeah.
but
I don't really
okay,
feel it. I don't
sure,
find it
Yeah.
that scary.
whatever, man. Okay, it's my turn, boys.
Yes.
I
What are
know
you
the
taking?
category.
What are you
I know the
taking?
category I'm picking. I'm gonna pick from action because
Okay.
other than blockbuster
Oh,
wasn't a whole lot of options, and action I didn't have a whole
dude, I
lot of
felt like
options.
Batman's gone. Is it Batman?
That's the question, isn't it?
Ooh.
So I think I have to go with my gut, and it's gonna fuck you guys over so bad. But I I think I have to pick the Batman.
Oh, dude, I
Like,
thought you were gonna say Black
That's fine.
Adam.
why on earth would I pick Black Adam?
It's a
That
joke.
makes
It's a
no
joke.
sense.
It's a joke.
Okay, I'm just updating my thing. So, okay, I won't tell you what I was tossing it up between, but I think the Batman is one of the best comic book movies we've had in years. Um, just the vibes alone carry this film. It's like I just love the aesthetic of Gotham and like a really like
Gritty.
mentally ill
Yeah.
Batman.
Oh yeah, that
like,
too.
like who's just like listening to Metallica and I just
Nirvana
vibe
and
with
stuff.
that
Yeah.
so hard. The action scenes, and I mean, this is really what it comes down to. The
Yeah.
action scenes in this are superb. Um, every hit feels so heavy. Like the sound effects, the sound is amazing in this movie. I think.
Yeah.
And some of the action scenes are filmed so like creatively, like the scene where the muzzle, like the
The
gunfire
bullets.
lights
Yeah.
up the hallway, like
Yeah.
that's insane. It's so good. um yeah.
Or dude,
The
the scene near the beginning when he beats the shit out of the guy on the subway platform
so
is
good.
like I had seen that in the teaser a million times, and even in the theater when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like,
It's the classic Aidan. No.
yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. I was going like a lot during this movie.
You're like dodging
Yeah.
bullets and stuff in your seat. And I mean, like the car chase, guys.
Oh yeah.
The car chase is the shit.
Dude,
Like,
and then the upside down shot. Holy shit. That one.
I just think like this movie is pure like octane. It's so great.
Absolutely.
What did I rank it is the question. I have it at number 5, and so
Right.
I actually opted not to pick some of my higher ranked ones. Well, because like I said, I'm playing this strategically. So it's my number 5, and I have it at 4.5. I think I'm happy leaving it at 4.5, but
Sure.
a 5 is perfectly understandable. And I'm like, I don't know, maybe I would give it a 5. I don't know. It's
Yeah, so
long, so that's what it is. But
this movie is also at 4.5 for me, and I have it ranked number 9. I also thought it was fucking sick for the same reasons. Yeah, and I would rewatch it easily. Yeah.
Peter, what do you think about this movie?
I'll rate the score. I haven't rewatched it recently, but I need to. I originally gave it a 3.5. I think it deserves a 4 at least. Um, my only problem with this movie is the story. I feel like it it's a little too. It's not tight enough for my liking. But the action scene, like you guys mentioned, and the sound, like even just like that sound in the trailer. I think it's called like Under the Water Tower or something. That sound just
Bunch of
fits
weird
the
stuff.
vibe of the Batman so perfectly.
Yeah. Okay, so I think we're at
Yeah.
Peter. So now
My
Peter
turn.
gets his
Okay,
double.
I'm
You
gonna
two
I'm
guys-
gonna
Don't you go? You don't
yeah, I go
twice?
twice, right?
Peter goes twice. I never
Yeah.
get to go
Oh, because
twice.
you're
Yeah.
second, right? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Peter goes twice. Yeah.
Okay. So I already pick action. I feel like I'm gonna rob you guys of a good one as well.
I know what
Uh,
mine is, and I feel like I'm kind of surprised Alex didn't take this one.
Okay.
But we'll see.
Wait, wait, okay.
I'm-
What are you talking about, Peter? What are you
I'm-
picking for?
Picking for drama.
Okay,
Oh,
I
I
was
thought you were
gonna
picking
say
for
like
action.
Yeah.
he already picked action.
Yeah, I already
He's got
picked
Top
action.
Gun.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh okay, I know what my action pick is. Unless you
Yeah.
guys steal it. I
No,
guess,
you're
yeah.
safe. You're safe
Yeah.
for action, I think.
Unless you guys, you could take it in a different category.
There's another category people should be concerned about between the two of you, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Um.
Maybe not. Okay, Peter.
So drama is gone, and I'm picking Everything Everywhere All at Once for drama.
You're insane. Okay, sure.
That's my action pick. That's what I was gonna pick.
Yeah,
for
that's what I was
action.
gonna
Yeah.
say. You got options. for
Okay,
action.
so again, like this movie, action, comedy, all of this, it hits the spot. But I think what I love about this movie so much, other than, people compare with Doctor Strange on how its multiverse is so much more explored than Doctor Strange, etc. I think I love this movie because it is so grand, such an epic, but also the story is so intimate. And I love that so much. Where like the whole exploration of the multiverse in the end is really just a family relationship between a mother and a daughter. And I think that just that's what makes this movie so great for me personally, where you have two parallel storylines. One is so big, the other one is so small, and they both work together in symphony. And I thought that's so great. It's a top 5 for me, and I give it 4.5, and I'm not changing that. So
Nice.
Yeah. Actually, Aidan, do you want to go first for this?
Sure. Yeah, this movie is number 4 for me. I gave it 5 stars. This was like, I saw the trailers for this and I wasn't that excited. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just thought the trailers weren't that interesting. But I was really blown away by this movie. I really, really enjoyed it. It's the kind of movie where like I gave it 5 because I was like, what would I criticize? Like, what would I say? What would I say about this movie and be like, no, don't do that? Because it's such a
Right.
specific and well realized vision that like, what am I going to criticize about this? Yeah, I really love this movie.
Yeah, it's also my number 4 and at 5 stars. This was my other pick for action. So and Aidan was gonna pick it for
That was my
action.
pick for action.
So yeah, I mean, what can I say? I think the multiverse thing was really interesting, but yeah, it's the story that works so well is what is the draw, I think. And I think like this movie is just like creativity incarnate, like
absolutely.
and
Like-
some
like-
of the
like
humor in this film is
the
crazy.
the staircase fight where like they're all trying to reach to the top of the staircase, and it was just absolute chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
And like I laughed so hard during this movie.
Yeah.
Like you know how there's like variety of laughs based on like how deep the laugh is.
Yeah.
Kind of like this might have been like one of the deeper laughs I had when the sequence, like spoilers for 2000 for Everything Everywhere All at Once.
2001 Space
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
It's the 2001 Space Odyssey homage. Where,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
the-
Yeah.
the
Oh,
hot dog
that's
fingers.
so funny. Yeah.
I laughed so hard. And that started the year of 2001 Space Odyssey references.
Yeah.
That being the Barbie teaser trailer. But yeah, this movie's crazy. Peter, you get another pick.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this pick won't affect most of you. I'm picking Blockbuster,
Oh, thank God.
and
Okay.
my pick is Knives Out Glass Onion.
Um,
I don't know about that one.
I
Fella.
don't know about that, Peter. That's a movie that was on streaming. Do you know the definition of blockbuster?
Dude, it made enough money. Trust me. Cinema
Mm,
owners were saying that it should stay for at least another week, and Netflix said no.
But they did
okay,
stay for another week.
I'm gonna. Okay, well, this is taking longer than I wanted to, but I'm gonna tweet. I might card you. What is up with this? Why can't I just get a fucking straight answer? Worldwide 20. Oh, it's because I'm stupid. What year is it? There we go. Okay. So my rule for Blockbuster was it has to be over $100,000 domestic.
Easily passed it.
So domestic, but it's a streaming movie. How does it even fucking make money?
Are you on Box Office Mojo? I
I
have it
am on
pulled
Box
up right
Office
now.
Mojo. I don't even see Glass Onion. Glass Onion didn't make my. Glass Onion is at number 132 because in theaters it only made $13 million.
There you go.
Oh, sorry. Maybe I misspoke.
Did,
One. Oh, okay. So sorry. I'm stupid because I can't count zeros. When I say $100,000, I meant 100 million.
million?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, that
No,
changes
like
things.
I was confused. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
no. Okay, that's my bad. I'm stupid. Zeros. I'm not good at math. So okay. So that explains that. Um, yeah. So your options for Blockbuster are. Oh, and I said by domestic, right? Yeah.
That's what you said, yeah.
So okay, so for options for blockbusters include
Fuck, I should have saved Top Gun.
yeah, exactly. Options were Top Gun. Wait, do you want me to read them out, or is that
Yeah,
spoilers?
please. Yeah.
Okay. So your options for blockbuster are Top Gun, Avatar, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Jurassic World, Minions, The Batman, Thor, Sonic, Black Adam, Elvis, Uncharted, Nope, Lightyear, Smile, The Lost City,
Smile.
and Bullet Train.
That's
And then
it?
yeah, because nothing else
Bro,
made over 100
fuck.
million. I'm sorry, that's my bad. I should have known the zeros, but that's fine.
Dude, I was like 100,000. That's so easy. Oh
You
shit.
didn't even ask. You were like, oh, I guess 100,000. Okay, that's easy. Yeah.
Well, I think then I'll. Oh my god, I'm sorry, Aidan. I feel like I'm picking like the.
Aiden, are you also thrown off?
No, it's just that now that I'm thinking, I knew you must have bet 100 million, but
Okay,
I'm now
okay.
thinking like there's only like one that I want to pick.
Exactly.
this
You guys
category,
weren't.
so-
You guys weren't counting cards. You guys. You're
Well,
just gonna go
dude, you
back to
cheated us. You cheated us.
I only cheated you.
Oh no,
because-
actually no. Okay, there's two that I'm okay with picking. There's one I want to pick way more than the other one. But
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
Well, I think like for me personally, Black Panther.
You
Okay, yeah. Let's go. Let's go.
Wait, what is it? Hold up.
I like.
Yeah, let's go.
I love how Aiden and
said it,
I
you
are
said it.
always. Aiden and I are always on the same page, and then Peter just comes out of left field every single time.
Well, Nope has already
So
been
funny.
picked.
I know Nope has been picked. No,
No,
you
you're-
picked it. You picked it.
You
Your pick
picked
is
it.
good.
You picked
picked
it.
your
You
pick.
can't go
Well,
back.
what else? What else do you got?
picked
Like
it.
Avatar?
No take
literally-
backsies. Just
Literally
go.
picked it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Black Panther regardless. I think.
Let's go.
What? I think it's the
Whatever.
best MC film that's out for a long time, and I think even with the tragic passing of Chadwick, Ryan Coogler pulled out a really good movie that focuses on family and plays into a Black Panther theme perfectly. So it's not in my top 10, but it's 4 out of 5 star for me.
Yeah, this movie. So this was my other pick. If you picked what I thought you were going to pick,
Yeah,
this is what I was going to go with. I gave this movie 4 stars as well. I really liked this. This was one that I was teetering on giving 3.5 though, and changing my score. So it's a light 4, I guess, in Fantano terms. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
never mind. Okay. But this is 22 for me. Yeah, this was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I agree, it's one of the better MCU movies for a while, but just definitely not what I would have picked for this.
Yeah, that's so deeply funny to me. Talking about deep laughter, like, um, I think it was pretty good. Like, yeah, MCU wise, it excels in a lot of ways where other ones don't. But the story is messy, and there's just a lot of fluff that could have been cut.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, like visually, it's nice. I have it at number 36
Okay.
at
Yeah.
3.5 stars. But to be fair, I've seen a lot of movies this year that I feel like you guys have seen fewer.
Yeah, I've only
So,
seen 41 movies this year. So,
Peter, I want to hear your number before I give mine. So,
Hold up.
Aiden's seen
1, 2,
41.
3, 4, 5, 6,
You're
7, 8,
counting?
9, 10,
Jesus
11,
Christ.
12,
Why do we do this?
24.
are they laid out in an array, Peter?
Well, like I'm looking at Letterbox on laptop
Now
right
he's going to
now.
have to start over. You've interrupted him.
24, 34.
34. Okay, so
Yeah,
that's
34,
not that far
41. I have seen 61 films.
Well,
for
actually, like
2020.
that's just the film that came out this year. I've seen more.
Well, yeah, same for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, like I currently have Wakanda Forever in my top 10 for the MCU.
Yeah.
So like I think it's that good, but yeah, definitely not what I would have picked for the blockbuster. I don't know what you're doing there.
Well, I know
I'm
my
just
blockbuster pick is pick is for
exactly.
sure.
I'm just
Oh, yeah.
saving. I'm just saving Aiden's
I'm
pick,
proud.
man.
That is not what you were doing, but okay. Thank you for your service. I guess it's my turn again. So my two hardest categories are out because everything else I've got a plethora of options.
Yes.
Okay.
So I feel now I get to pick the ones that I truly believe in,
Sure.
and I'm
Damn,
gonna
you were
have to.
lying to us the whole time, bro. Batman, you didn't
Well,
believe in
like
Batman?
the Batman and Nope are like great movies, but they're not like my favorite movies, and most of them have already been picked. But there's one film that has not been taken
Thor: Love and Thunder.
from my
Yes.
top 5.
So,
It's none other than the Cloud Lifter,
yep.
Lydia Tarr.
Okay.
And I'm gonna claim I think the only thing she fits
Drama.
under is drama,
Drama,
so
yeah.
that's where she goes.
Cool.
Yeah, what can I say about Tar? Tar is probably the biggest meme of the year, maybe, but like, wow, what an experience, and what a directorial comeback for Todd Field. The direction,
10
another
years,
one.
right? He hasn't done a feature in 10 years.
Maybe even longer, wasn't it? I don't want
I
to say
wanna
a
it's
lie,
longer.
so
I want to say it's
I
like
thought it was
12,
16 or 12.
16?
Sure. Maybe I'm wrong.
but-
Wasn't it like 2006? Which would be someone check that while I talk. Kate Blanchett's performance is amazing.
Yes.
The slow burn and slow style is and the fact that it works because slow cinema sometimes can get into boring, and Tar
Yeah.
never was boring. It tackles very modern issues while not being stupid about it, which is
Mhm.
a problem many movies have when they try to be current, and
Yeah.
they just end up feeling cheap and like, yeah, we know what's going on, but really they don't have anything interesting to say about it. I think Tar does not fall for that trap. Man, I need to see Tar again. I only saw
Yeah.
it once, and I need to go back and see it. I have it ranked at it's my number 2 right now
Okay.
For the year. So yeah, I have it at 2. It's at 4.5 stars, but I could bump that up to a 5. And that makes my top 5 all taken. So that's number 1, After Sun; 2, Tar; 3, Decision to Leave; 4, Everything Everywhere; 5, The Batman. So
Nice.
that's where we're
Yeah.
at.
Yeah. So this
Maybe-
movie is number 3 for me. It's also 4.5 stars. Yeah, this movie was incredible. Yeah, if you told me like, oh, it's a movie about like cancel culture, I would be like, this is gonna be bad. Like this is gonna
Yeah.
be stupid, and I'm not gonna get anything from it. But this is like best possible case scenario for a movie that's trying to talk about cancel culture and like that idea. And so yeah, I really really love this movie. Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's great.
necessarily say it's about cancel culture, though.
I think that's
like,
a big part of it.
Sure.
that's like I think after initial viewing, a lot of people might just lock onto that, and say, oh, it's actually a film about the cancel culture. I think um, I watched several reviews that I agree with. I think the film is about someone who's at the height of her power, and how like everything around her affects her decision making, and how like some of the hatches that she buried along the way of making it to the top are sort of coming back to haunt her. And this, like, I think one person described it perfectly. It's a movie about Tar more than anything. Like, it's Tar's character, and we just
Mm.
see Tar. You know, like, it's not about anything else, but just like we see how Tar navigates through this gigantic maze of her life. You know,
Yeah, it
and
works as a great character study for sure.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I think like I've seen very few films that are like that, and initially I didn't really buy it. I think on the pod I gave it a 3.5, and but like
Shameful.
after
Well, yeah, you were hating on this in our episode, weren't you?
I wasn't hating on
Mm-hmm.
it. I don't think.
I think that's
Um,
right.
Mm.
but like after reading more into it and like seeing like people's interpretation of the film and like how this film affected me, I think it deserves at least a 4, if not a 4.5. I've definitely raised my rating on this one. It's top 10 for me this year.
You've seen
Cool.
the light
Yeah.
from the cinema gods rain down on you.
Yeah, I'm gonna raise it to a 5 now. Martin Scorsese said it's cinema.
There you go. Okay, I doth believe it's Aiden's double turn again.
So I have my double turn. Yeah, so this is
Yeah.
interesting because there are multiple categories where I know what my pick is, and I don't think you guys are going to pick it or can pick it for anything else.
Spoiler:
I don't-
Pearl's coming.
like that's the thing, but it's like neither of you guys are going to pick that, so like why?
So play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I'll go with comedy next, just because I am looking through comedy, and there's
Oh,
only
no.
a couple that I like. I'm going Glass Onion for comedy.
Okay, yeah.
I don't. I'm looking at my list and like I don't even know what else I would pick. Like the only other things are like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. And then and then the other pick on my head is something I know for a fact. I at least know one of you wouldn't pick for sure. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyways, okay, so you pick Glass Onion for comedy.
Yes.
That's your pick. Okay. I would just
Yes.
want to say that like it's funny to me because like I like that movie, but I have like 4 options right now for comedy that are not Glass Onion.
Yeah, same.
So like I'm not worried about this one at all.
Sure.
But anyways, I want to hear from you.
Yeah,
Why Glass Onion?
my comedy category is very small. I can think of like 2 others. But yeah, Glass Onion is super, super fun. I really, really enjoyed Glass Onion. This is a movie that I have at 3.5 stars. I would move this up to 4, honestly. And that's because I think that this movie like executes what it wants to execute very well. I think it's I've been thinking one of the big criticisms I gave it was that it's written in such a way that you couldn't possibly like solve the mystery, and I actually don't think that's true. The more I've thought about it, like, yes, spoiler alert, you could never guess the twin sister thing, sure, but like you absolutely could guess from the beginning, okay, yeah, Miles Braun is like little guy who's like screwed these people over, and like I do think that you can actually solve like a lot of it, and I think that it is a fun ride. I think it has that problem where it has that long period of time where it's just explaining things, but I really love the performance of this movie, and I think this is my funniest movie of the year. What I'm trying to think of like I don't know if like other movies that I thought were funny, and it's like, oh, I know what you guys are picking. I fucking hate one of your picks. Okay, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Okay,
ones that are
yeah.
safe for us.
I
that
was
you
trying to
probably
think, and I was like,
wouldn't.
oh, there's no. Yeah. Okay, I'm not picking that shit. Yeah.
Whoa.
yeah. Yeah, it's number 21 for me, and it was at 3.5 stars. I'd bump it up to 4.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm at number 19, so we're actually pretty close. I did have it at 4 stars though, which is interesting.
Cool.
It's definitely a sillier film than Knives Out, the original, which is what we talked about during the pod.
Yeah.
But you know, the intelligence of the comedy aside, it is very funny, I think. So I agree with you there, and that's what it comes down to. The pick is for a comedy, right? I actually saw this interesting thread on Twitter, and I'm gonna kind of shout it out. I did retweet it on the account, but basically their hot take is that it's not a whodunit this time. It's more of a heist film because
Sure.
it's it's trying to get away with ruining Edward Norton's reputation or
Yeah.
Miles Braun, and I think looking at it through that perspective, like more of an Ocean's 11 movie might
Yeah.
actually up it for me, like because it does kind of feel like it, where you have the montage of like the clue game for them is kind of more like the figuring out the heist kind of thing, like, oh, this is how we're gonna
Yeah.
do it. Anyways, I just thought that was interesting. That's from user at SQIOUYILU.
Nice.
Skialu.
That's Aidan's
Um,
spam account.
That's my
actually.
that's my burner.
It is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, or I probably did. Anyways, good pick. Peter, what did you think about Glass Onion?
I thought it was a fantastic film, top 10 for me personally, and like I just really love how they did it again. Because in the first one, when we see the trailer, we're like, okay, Chris Evans seems very sus. Surely he's not the murderer. Like they're not gonna do that. They're not gonna reveal who the murderer is in the trailer. But then in the film, not only did we not suspect him till like towards the end, we also like the film makes sense, gave us a very reasonable way to reach that conclusion. I think this movie did the same thing as well, where you're like, okay, surely it's one of Miles's friends that's trying to get at Miles, like the film hinted at, oh, billionaire secluded mansion in an island, etc. But then again, Miles was the spoiler. Miles was the killer at the end. So
that should be our new spoiler warning. Spoiler.
Spoiler. Yeah.
So I thought like it's like Ryan Johnson just really good at pulling these things off, and like that alone makes me enjoy this film. And again, like you guys said, it's very funny as well. The performances all contributed to that, and yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, cool.
Aiden, you have a second pick.
Yeah, what's your second pick?
I'm looking through this. I'm like, okay, so what have I haven't done action or blockbuster yet, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's correct.
Oh my god, that's so tough. Actually, what are you
Aiden,
gonna pick for action?
Okay, let's do a recap. Quick middle of the game recap.
Yeah.
Aiden, you have picked for international film Decision to Leave. For drama, you have picked After Sun. For comedy, you have picked Glass Onion, leaving blockbuster, action, horror / family film, and wild card open.
Okay.
For me, I have picked blockbuster, Nope, action, The Batman, drama, Tar, and I have currently open horror / family film, international, comedy, wild card.
Oh my god, we have the same ones remaining. That's crazy.
Peter, you have picked for blockbuster, Black Panther. For action, Top Gun. For drama, Everything Everywhere All at Once, leaving the same categories open: horror / family film, international, comedy, wildcard. Okay, Aiden, second pick. What's it gonna be?
I guess it makes most sense to do action because two of my remaining categories, like, unless you. Okay, I'll just drop the guys. Like, we all know what we're talking about. Unless you guys pick Avatar for wildcard, which I don't know why you do that. I think my blockbuster pick is safe.
Yeah, it's safe.
And neither of you guys are going to pick Pearl. So, like, for horror. So I think both of those are fairly safe for me. I'm just going to...
He's really thinking the game this well
this
time.
So I think I have to pick action. And I
don't know. What are you going to pick, actually, for this one?
I wonder. Okay, I do have a pick. Let me know if this is bullshit. It might be.
Okay.
Nah, I don't think this counts. I was gonna say X, but I don't think that counts. That's not fair. There's not enough. I don't think X counts. That's not fair.
I don't think that counts. Okay. I think this is gonna come down to what does Letterboxd say, unfortunately. So if I click action, what does it say? X is not listed as an action film. So I think
is by chance. No, this wouldn't be listed. Okay, never mind. Okay.
What is it? Fine. Tell us
anyway.
Anyway.
Okay. I was thinking like is White Noise just because of like the first half of White Noise a little bit, but yeah, okay.
Do you want me to?
Okay.
I can read out some of the options.
Sure. I mean, I'm
That
looking at my
helps.
list. I have one in mind. I'm just trying to think if there's a better one. There's one in mind that I do like, and I think has some great action in it. That I
Dude,
think you guys
stop
are
teasing us. Just give us a title.
I'm just, just wait. I want to know. And there's another one that I actually really like too. No,
Okay,
there are
you're
three. There are
good.
three. Yeah, there are
There are
three that
three.
I.
There are
Okay,
not
there
one,
are
not two. There are
there are three
three.
that I can pick between here. Okay. I'm going to go
So
with.
goofy.
In terms of the action, in terms of the action, I'm gonna go RRR.
Okay, yeah, this is what I was thinking. I was like,
Okay,
how are
yeah,
you
yeah.
not talking about this? Good
That's
one.
actually not the one that was on my mind. Do you want to know what my first idea for this was?
What?
Sure, you can.
The Northman.
That was another
Oh
one that I
yeah,
was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That would
that
be
was
an
the first
action.
one I was thinking of. But I think in term, which I have ranked higher on Letterboxd, but I think RRR is better action overall.
What's the third one?
The third one was, and you guys won't pick this. Ambulance was the third one, which
I
is
knew,
also
I knew it.
that's a fun
I knew
action
it.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So okay, RRR. I gave it 3.5 stars. It's ranked 27 for me. Just because like there's a little bit of diminishing returns in this movie to me, where it's like,
For sure. Yeah.
okay, like come on,
We get
it. But if we're just looking at the action, this is some of the best action of the year easily for me. Every single hit that these characters throw feels like they have superhuman strength, and they could punch down a building. And like that's what I think like that is lacking from so many movies. Like MCU movies, the characters don't feel like they're as strong. These characters in RRR, despite being regular humans, feel like they are lethal. There's so much inventive and fun action. There are so many shots where you're just like, whoa! Like dude, like
Yeah.
the shot when the police officer is storming into the like castle or whatever, and then he like turns the truck sideways and all the animals are jumping out of the cages. Like
Yeah.
that's really fire. So yeah, that's my action movie. 3.5 stars, ranked 27.
Yeah, RRR is like just like a drug. Like if the Avengers were on cocaine, I think, because yeah, like it's the same kind of like, okay, whatever writing, like it's fine, but just the action is turn it up to 11. Kind of, it's very like the Kingsman, that guy. It's
Yeah,
not Vince.
Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a
Yeah.
Vaughn. It's not Vince Vaughn. It's the other one, with like slow motion, and it totally works though. It's an enthralling movie, despite being like not like the best written, and it's pretty shallow.
Yeah.
It's shallow.
Yeah.
It's just two buds being buds, and
which I love about it. But yeah,
at that it totally works. And I give it's at 30 for me ranking, and 3.5. So I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
Peter, what do you?
I have not seen this one actually, but now that you sold me, because you said it's Avengers on cocaine, so I'm gonna watch this. Yeah.
Okay, so now
It's back to you.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
Back to
happy
me.
with those picks. I do think that my other picks are safe, more or less. So
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah, I
thinking.
think my picks are safe now too.
The question is, I don't know what you're gonna pick for one particular category, Peter. So I'm a little worried about that one.
Well, I know one of my categories.
Bro, there's no way
100%
you guys
safe.
are fighting over the one I think you're fighting over.
Wild card.
Okay, like to be clear, like horror is fine because Aidan's gonna pick
Yeah.
Pearl. I'm not,
Yeah.
and Peter's not gonna pick a horror movie. That's safe.
Yeah.
International, the best one has already been taken, and the one that I'm thinking of taking a second, like taking my second option for, Peter, I don't think has seen, so that's
Okay.
not an option for him either. Now that leaves comedy and wild card, and
I don't think you guys are gonna pick my comedy film. So
that's the thing. Like
I'm
I
safe.
feel like I don't
Really?
think
I feel
we're
like I
gonna
know. I think I know exactly what your comedy film is, and I was thinking Alex might want to pick it too, but I wasn't sure.
You either think we're fighting. You probably think we're fighting.
Wait! No spoilers! No spoilers. Let's
spoilers.
get picking. Let's get
Okay.
picking. Yeah.
I think I have to pick my comedy. I can get my wild card on the boomerang back.
Okay.
So, okay, this is really hard.
Comedy, The Whale.
No, I have to consult my ranking.
Okay.
Here. Well,
Yeah,
that's
and I'm not
interesting.
worried about wild card at all because I have a bunch of movies that I loved still that I'm fine with.
Yeah, exactly. And I
You know what I
know you
mean?
guys are not gonna pick them, so
Hmm. Okay, I'm not gonna go with that one. I'm not gonna go with that
dude,
one
guys,
either.
stop being cryptic. Just say it.
I think I'm going to. No, I'm gonna do it. Okay, for comedy, I'm going to choose Bodies, Bodies, Bodies.
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay, I didn't see it. Yeah,
So there were lots of options. Peter, I bet you're gonna pick Triangle of Sadness,
yeah,
or no, that's probably it. I can't imagine anything else you're gonna take.
yeah.
Um, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is one of the highest films left I have that are comedy that I ranked for this year. I did leave. I can just say this because you're. I don't think you've seen it. Marcel the Shell with Shoes On is one above. I think it's at number 9, and Bodies Bodies is 10.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
comedy wise,
really high for
I
bodies.
think
Yeah.
Bodies comedy
Yeah.
wise is funnier. Um, as a complete package, Bodies has really grown on me. I think it's quite funny as a satire about Gen Z. Some when it first released, there was a lot of like people being like, "Oh, this is mean spirited," but I don't think it is. I think it's really funny. I've seen it twice. Um, the kind of like light horror or
Mm.
like maybe thriller aspects of it is really fun. I love Rachel Sennett, and so like maybe that's part of what the pick is about. But I think also, what's his name? The main guy who's in
Lee
it,
Pace.
Lee Pace. Lee Pace, I really grew to like in that movie. Um, I think it's Amandla as the lead is really good. Oh, and Maria Bakalova. Like the cast is
Oh yeah,
fantastic.
from
It's
Borat.
quite yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's
Yep.
Oh
got
yeah,
a girl Borat. And the ending is just so funny. So I think that's gonna be my pick for
yeah,
comedy is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It was tough. There were some ones that I think were funnier. Like I don't think this is gonna come up, but Bros was one that I was thinking
yeah.
about.
Bros was my second pick. Yeah,
The only issue with Bros is I think as a movie, it's not as good, and so I wanted
yeah,
to pick like a better or well-rounded movie as my pick. So that's my
yeah.
thought process there. So
Yeah.
for
I haven't
yeah,
seen Bodies Wives, but I have seen the clip of the one woman saying "you're upper middle
middle,
class," and I do think that's very funny.
yeah, like
Yeah,
that's what the
I've
film is.
seen
That's
that
the
clip.
energy
Yeah.
of the film.
I
Okay.
just
Um,
found out Maria voiced Cosmo the dog in
yeah,
the holiday special.
All right.
I'm surprised
Yeah.
you didn't hear about that. That was
Yeah.
at
I
the
didn't
beginning.
know. I didn't know that. That's
I have no
crazy.
idea.
Uh, so
I've
Peter,
seen
you've seen
it.
this movie,
Yeah, I've
yeah?
seen it. I thought it's very silly, very goofy. It's not in my top 10, and I I don't have much to say about this one other than like if you think of it, like if you don't have a lot of like expectations going into it, you're gonna love it. But you have expectations, oh, it's just gonna be scary, it's gonna be that, then you're not gonna like it. Because like if you treat it as a goofy movie, then you have a really fun time. But if you don't, if you take it seriously, then yeah. So I give it a 3 out of 5 for me personally.
That's low.
Yeah.
That's low. I fundamentally disagree with
You
that
gave it a
ranking.
3.5.
It's a 4 now. I bumped it. I did bump it retroactively. I gave it a 3.5 initially, but 4 I'm pretty confident with, but a 4.5 I could no, it's a 4. It's a 4 movie,
Okay.
but I like it a lot. Um,
Cool.
but that ends my round, so now it's Peter's double turn.
Okay.
All right.
I still have family international comedy wildcard. Um, I will pick my comedy one, like
Sure.
Alex mentioned. It's
Yeah.
Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah.
I think it's like to me, Triangle is a really good movie. I know you guys don't really enjoy it.
I liked it. I
I
did like Triangle. What are you talking about?
I think it's sort of that high key comedy that like even though this movie has some serious themes to discuss, but like it allows itself to go wild and towards the end of the second act, and I just love that. Um, and you know the acting is great. Woody Harrelson being the captain is fantastic, and then the themes they explore. I know Aidan, you're gonna say, "Oh, they sort of bash you over the head." It's like so many times keep repeating the same message. Like I didn't really mind that personally because the story is still gripping in my opinion, and also like there are either funny moments or like tense moments stitched in between. So for me, it's a really good movie. It's top 5 of the year for me, and give it a 4.5.
Yeah. So I'll go. This movie is ranked 33 for me. Um,
Bro.
Tough.
I initially ranked this 3.5, 3.5. I moved it to 3, and I want to move it to 2.5. I won't lie.
Brutal. Oh my
I
Rough.
god.
I like I laughed a few times in this movie, but I really did not think this movie was that funny. I think some of the times I was laughing, I was like giving it benefit of the doubt, like wanting to like it. But it's like the more I've thought about this movie, the more I've been like, man, that just did not work for me at all. Like it's so this movie is painfully long to me. Like this one hurt to watch. And like and it is that thing where it's just like it makes its point and then it keeps going. And then it's just over and over and over and over again. And the 20-minute like shit sequence or whatever it is. It's
It's
like
not
I
20 minutes.
whatever it is, whatever. But like, dude, I'm not above like crude humor at all. Like a lot of the humor in Glass Onion is that kind of is like crude. Like so it's not that, but that was not funny to me. I don't think I laughed at all. I was just like and it's so long. So if you don't think
Yeah.
that sequence is funny, then it's just like what are you watching? Like and
Hold on.
that yeah.
Yeah. I just realized something. Aiden and I each have a film this year that the other really likes and is supposed to be comedy, but both of us didn't find the other one's movie funny. Yours is Triangle of Sadness. Mine is Banshees.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
Because you thought it was funny, right?
I thought Benches was funny. That wasn't the main piece of joy I got from it, but I did think it was funny.
Okay,
Yeah,
maybe it's not that funny, but like either way, like
It's
I think
not
it was
that. Excuse me.
I
okay.
thought it
Peter
was
found it
funny. But
hilarious, but like we both have films that other people found funny, and we were just like, yeah, I'm
yeah,
not really getting this at all.
but yeah, no, that
Um,
Triangle of Sadness is at the tipping point in my letterbox rank where I start not liking the movies. It's at
that's
the very
crazy.
top of like that section of my year ranked.
Rough.
Okay, for me, Triangle of Sadness is sitting at an 18 in the ranking. I have it at 3.5. I get the criticisms. I do think that sometimes it's trying to be funny, and you can feel the attempt, and it's working against itself. You know, whereas something just comedy needs to be effortless, and this movie has a lot of effort in trying to be funny, and I think
Yeah,
that works against it. But as a satire, there are some very good moments. I think as a whole, it's not even keeled enough, which is funny because it's on a boat.
mm,
Um, there's great moments like spoiler alert, pew pew pew. The
dude.
whoring for pretzels conceptually is so funny.
Mm.
Um, but like yeah, there's long sequences where it's not really that funny. I think it probably could have been shorter in retrospect. I think it's quite long and drawn out. I don't mind the shitting sequence. I'm trying to think of what it was. Oh, it's the sequence. It's actually during the same time, but it's when Woody Harrelson and the Russian are
The
talking,
quote
and I'm
off.
just like, yeah, I'm like, shut the fuck
See,
Dude,
I
up.
actually,
okay,
and what's
okay,
funny is I
okay.
actually liked that part of it. That was the
Dude,
part of the movie that I liked. Yeah.
dude, and one of the funniest part of the movie is where the Russians scream into the mic, it's Mayday, Mayday, we're going down, but he's just drunk and it was totally a joke.
Oh yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah,
so
yeah,
funny.
yeah. He's like,
That was funny.
Mayday,
Okay, yeah,
Mayday.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
Just kidding.
yeah. That was funny. Okay.
So it has its moments. I think,
Yeah,
yeah. But I'm okay with you taking that one. I knew you would, so I was
yeah,
like, you know what, you can have it.
yeah.
But Peter, you have a
I
second
have
pick.
another pick. I'm gonna do. I feel like no one's gonna take my horror family pick, so
Right,
The horror family
because
pick.
we're going horror. Yeah.
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 I'll do international. My international pick, I think, it's obvious to Alex probably.
I know what it is.
It's Banshees.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
which is fine. Like I'm
Yeah,
not. Go ahead,
That was
take
a good
it.
movie.
yeah. I think like out of all these films that I have watched this year, other than like Decision, I guess this is the most international film. Right after Decision, it's funny. there's like some like I like that this movie doesn't try to like dig hard into the themes that it's exploring. It sort of just mentions them and just leaves you to sort of think about it as the story progresses. There's the theme of like leaving behind a legacy, and like does is art that there's art versus friendship, like the and then there's also like what is considered like a good use of time even, and also like all of this is set in this community that you feel this movie has done such a good job that you feel like it's foreign, and also but also like still um familiar, still has familiar aspects in sort of like family, friendship, you know the sense of community, etc. And also, it's just very funny. So it's a
Yeah,
top five for me, and I gave it a 4 star. I think I'll raise it to a 4.5. To be honest,
sure.
it's
Uh,
pretty good.
yeah, this movie for me is at 4 stars as well. I ranked it number 13. I agree with you that I really liked the idea of like what is a good way to spend your time. It was a really interesting. What I liked about this movie a lot is that there's no clear answer to like the central
Absolutely.
conflict of it. It's like, yeah, Brendan Gleeson's character is being a dick for sure, and he's not handling things well, but what he's feeling is such a deeply resonant and like desperate kind of thing, and it's like, how do you cope with that? Like, you can understand, like, he feels like he's wasting his time with this guy, but you know what I mean. And it's like, and that could be true. Like I've had people in my life where it's like I like spending time with this person, but oh my god, like I'm wasting my time, like this is, you know what I mean. And yeah, but then you feel Colin Farrell's great in this movie as well, and you feel
Like you
for
feel
him,
empathy for him 100%. Yeah.
and you feel for like how he's definitely been mistreated and like what he needs. And this movie's legitimately heartbreaking at times. I think all the performances are great. I really love a lot of the shots in this movie. I thought this movie was funny, but I wasn't like dying laughing at this, but I did really enjoy this movie. Yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
here comes Alex.
No, it's yeah. I watched it,
It's a movie.
and I'll just say your mileage may vary. Just did not particularly care for this one. I didn't find it very funny. I think the ideas just stretched too thin, and I don't know. I'm willing to give it a second chance. It's on Disney Plus, and so I've been
Oh,
thinking
it's
for
on
a
Disney
while.
Plus.
I thought I would
Interesting.
rewatch
Okay.
it
That's where I
before
saw
this,
it.
but I did forget to do that. So
Mm.
maybe some other time. But currently, it's kind of embarrassing. I don't really want to mention where it is in my ranking, but it's pretty low. I gave it a 2.5. I could give it a 3,
Sure.
but like it's just like mostly that's just like an enjoyment thing. Like I just didn't
Yeah,
really
it's.
get much
I
out
mean,
of it.
I mean, like films are always subjective, so don't
Yeah,
feel
I
bad.
think you know what. Retroactively, let's just say I'll give it a 3, but just wasn't for me. Um,
And it's back to you.
who's it's my turn? Okay, I was gonna
Yes.
say I feel like it's my turn. So I have Horror International and Wild Card. International has been taken by everyone else, no competition. And I mean, the ones that I have left, you guys haven't seen. Horror, everyone's gonna pick something different. So I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna pick my wild card right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I have to go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with After Yang for my wild card.
Okay.
Yeah.
I heard the ass sound and I thought you were saying Avatar. And I was like, no way are you doing that?
Wouldn't that be so mean? Man, I that would have no, that would have been so funny. I no after Yang was a little film that didn't get a whole lot of acclaim. It's the I guess third Colin Farrell movie from this year.
Yeah.
Peter taking one and myself taking the other one, the Batman. Um, it's it's a movie by Kogonada, uh, and it didn't get as wide a release as it probably should have. I think it released in April or March of this year, and it's set in the future. Peter, stop touching your mic! I swear to God. It's set in the future, and it's this family who has adopted a child from China, and in this future they have androids whose purpose is to connect adopted children to their heritage. I'm sure androids have other purposes as well, but that's why they have their particular uh, android whose name is Yang. And spoilers for After Yang, pew pew pew. At the beginning of the film, Yang. Oh, Peter's taking out his
Yeah,
headphones.
Peter hasn't seen
Uh,
it.
at the beginning of the film, Yang dies. Like the android breaks, and the kid is like devastated, and it's the story of no, Peter, we're not good, we're not good, we're not good,
No, no, no,
we're
stop,
not
stop, stop,
good.
stop. I was giving you a thumb. Yeah, stop. Yeah.
We get it. Sorry, this is so funny. Um, it's the journey of Colin Farrell figuring out what to do next because it's like, okay, can I fix this thing? And then it's like, okay, but like, what even is Yang? Like, what is memory? And it's one of two movies this year that reflect on memory, the other
Mm-hmm.
being After Sun. And that would make a fantastic double feature, by the way.
Oh
After
yeah.
Sun and After Yang, both afters.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, what else? The cast is amazing.
Yep.
So I said Colin Farrell. Um, is this Jodie Turner Smith? I'll just check. Um,
It is indeed.
Thank
Yep.
you. It stars Justin H. Min as Yang, Haley Lou Richardson, who is having a big year. She was also in The White Lotus, which I'm currently working on, and she's great in that too. I recently, I don't even remember why, I rewatched the dance sequence, like the title sequence with the dancing, and
Yeah.
that like gives me so much joy.
Yeah.
That scene.
Yeah, that's fun.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but like all the families shown in that contain characters who are in the film. So Haley
Yeah.
Lou Richardson's in it, the museum curator, um, the guy who like the shady guy who's like gonna repair Yang. Like
Yeah.
every single character later in the
Yeah.
film is one of the other families. I had
Yeah.
no idea, and it's so good. Um, I don't know. I'll give you my
Yeah.
ranking. It is. I have to take off the filter. Sorry. Do any genre, motherfucker. It's my number six. It's my
Okay.
number six, and it's at 4.5. That could be a 5-star movie, I think. Aiden?
Yeah. So yeah, I have this movie at 4 stars, and it's my number 10 pick. I could rewatch this and go 4.5 definitely. I think the world building in this movie is really great. I love it's like not too much, but it's enough that you understand what's going on. I think this movie is so pretty. I think I've said this
Oh
to you
yeah.
where I think like both visually and narratively, I think the adjective that comes to my mind is pretty. Like it's such a nice and it knows what it's getting at and it explores them without being overbearing and it just yeah, I think this movie's like just really beautiful. It was a great experience. I'd recommend it to anyone. Yeah, 4 stars, number 10. Yeah.
Okay, Peter, you're good.
Yep. Peter's back.
I love that as he takes on and off his headphones, he has to touch the mic as many times as possible, just to really give me some hell when I'm editing this. Um, anyways,
You're welcome.
I chose After Yang. I think it's Aiden's turn. He has his double
It
turn
is
right
my
now.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I'll leave my wild card to last. I can go really quick. Blockbuster is Avatar. Yeah, Way of the Water. This movie. We talked about this recently.
Yeah, we did
I
a pod on it.
Yeah, I don't like the first one very much. I like this one a lot. I love when they're just hanging out in the water. That's a really good time. That I want to see more of that. More just hanging out.
Very
That's what I
pretty
like.
movie. Yes.
That's what I like. Yeah, and so I'd say I gave this 4 stars. It's ranked number 19 for me. Yeah, this is definitely one of the better blockbusters of the year for me. Yeah, that's pretty much
Yeah,
all I have to say about
I
it.
agree. Good take.
I'm actually surprised yours is number 19 because I feel like we like it about the same amount, but for me, somehow it made it to number 14. And I
Okay.
don't even like love it. Like it's at 4 stars right now.
Yeah, I don't love it
Um,
either. Yeah.
it's really clunky at times. Like James Cameron can't write dialogue. The human characters are really weird.
Yeah.
And like it's just so tropey. Like the whole thing is just a collection of things you've seen before. But it works. It's
Yeah.
so weird that it just works. Where we had trouble with the first one, but I don't know, like the third act is just like a really intense action sequence that I believe in, and like I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I care for these characters. It's got to work.
Yeah.
So I am interested to see where it goes, for sure.
I wonder
Peter,
when the next one's gonna come out, because this
uh,
one took
years.
10 years, right?
I think this one's already next one's already filmed, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
next one's already filmed.
Well, he's
Yeah.
got the 9-hour
The
cut,
9 hour
right? So
cut. Yeah.
it's the edit he's got to do. So I'd say probably 2025. It should be ready. Um, I imagine next year is too soon, so that's my guess. 2025.
Yeah.
Cool.
Peter, what did you think about Way of Water?
I didn't like it as much, but I think visually it's just such an achievement. Again, I think like Top Gun. Top Gun is like a visual achievement for doing things real for real, and this is a visual achievement for computer generated CGI stuff. So that's all I have to say.
That's all he's got to say.
Yeah.
Aiden, you do have another pick.
I
Yes.
do have another pick,
And this
I'm
is your
going to
last pick.
No, I've.
Sorry.
Oh,
I've
this
wild
is the
card.
last pick
I
already.
have wild card.
Isn't this
After
your
this.
last pick, though?
Well, he hasn't done
I'm
horror.
wrong.
Yeah.
I have
Yes, you
horror
haven't
and
done
wild
horror.
card. Yeah.
Right, that's my
Yeah.
bad.
So I'm picking Pearl for horror.
There you go.
Pretty easily. This movie is number 5 of the year for me. It's at 4.5 stars. This
Sure.
movie is incredible. It is clearly like a low budget movie that makes such good decisions on how it's covered. It is a movie that I feel like, again, I feel like every shot works so well to convey what this movie is trying to convey. It works as such a good character study. And Mia Goth's performance is one of my favorite performances of the year, easily. The way this movie ends, spoiler alert, Peter, have you seen this, or do you care?
You
I've,
didn't
I've
make us see it. Come on.
actually I've seen clips from them, and I basically pieced together the story from the clips.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, this movie
Pew, pew, pew.
ends.
Spoilers.
Spoiler. This movie ends with just like it's like a 5 to 10 minute just like monologue.
It's so long. Yeah.
It's so good. It's so fucking good. I was
Yeah.
there every minute of it. I was leaning forward, like waiting for her to say, like, the way that this movie builds up her character and shows how she reacts in different environments, and then the way it brings things down, and like the realization she comes to, but how she's kind of like locked in place, and she just winds up being, her decision is that she's like resigned to her fate at the end of it. I think it's so good. It's so good, like talking about like aspirations and how that like intersects with like the isolation that comes from economically hard times, and how that intersects with these like illusions of grandeur that are so like such a staple of like American iconography and ideology. I thought this movie like did a really good job of just feeling like such a brilliantly put together patchwork of just like staples in American culture that came together for such an enjoyable horror movie for me.
Interesting. I'm the only other one who's seen it on the pod
Yeah.
today. I liked this a lot less than X, its predecessor. It wasn't for me. This was one of the movies I had to watch at home. I just didn't have a chance to watch it when it was in theaters. It might have been the fact that Aiden hyped it up so much that I was like,
Sure.
oh, that's it.
Yeah, and
Um,
I was thinking that, and I was like, that's why I started saying like, I don't think you're gonna like this as much as me.
you
That's why I started saying
did pivot pretty hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It wasn't enough there for me.
Mm.
I feel like it's pretty well the same as the Joker. Just like the idea
No
that
way.
no, I know you like one a lot more than the other one, but like just the idea that like here's someone they're going crazy.
That's not the
And they're
point,
gonna do-
though. That's not
Whatever.
the point. The way that both those movies approach things is so different,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
the ideological angle they're coming at it from is very different.
I think no, that's true. I just think that knowing that this movie was created at the same time as X, and like I think Ty West said like he wrote it while like he was in lockdown to film X, maybe like he had to
Something like that.
quarantine before the movie, and like that's when he wrote it. Like that makes perfect sense to me. Like it's about someone going crazy because they're stuck in the room. Like that's what it is, and I think
But it's
if
more
it
than
had
that
maybe
too.
sure, maybe it is for you. But like I think if it had gestated more, I would like it more. I like X a lot more than I
Sure.
did Pearl, and yeah. So currently, I have Pearl ranked at 41, and
Mm.
it's at 2.5 stars. It just it wasn't for me.
Yeah, I really like X as well. X is number 12 for me. So this was a good year for Ty West for me.
Where'd you
Yeah.
rank Pearl?
Pearl is 5.
Wow.
Yeah,
I know, right?
it's really good. It's so
Maybe it
Yeah.
depends on who you ask. I think it's my turn
Yeah.
again. Okay, so I have 2 left. I have horror / family and international family. So I mean, there's no competition at this point. So I'll start with my more exciting one. I'm gonna pick motherfucking Barbarian for horror.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, I feel very confident about that because like I've seen quite a few other horror films that I have left, but I think Barbarian was the one that I had the most fun with. Um, Barbarian was just like such a treat to watch. It was very interesting directing. Technically, it's a comeback film, but this is like I think Zach Kreger's like first like real film. Like the first one, I think he said like he like co-directed and like he wasn't really happy with it. Um, I mean, the writing is really interesting. Always just trying to like subvert your expectations. Spoilers for Barbarian. Pew pew pew. The the perspective switch that happens in the middle is just like fucking genius, and I had such a good time watching that in theaters. Um, yeah, I and like stylistically, it's such a breath of fresh air for the horror genre. I think like horror could really get in a rut, and this was a film that's super vibrant in color, and yeah, I think. Yeah, so I really like this film. I don't really have much more to say. I have it ranked at number 25. Um, I could move that up maybe.
It's 25 for me as well, actually.
Well, there you go. And I have it at 3.5 stars. I think that's more or less fair. I actually have X ranked higher, but I think Barbarian is a better fit for the horror genre. So,
Really?
And also, I've picked 2 other horror films for my complete thing, like Nope and Body's Body. So, like, it's a horror year, baby. So, yeah, that's my pick.
Yeah, this is also 25, 3 stars for me. I don't agree with you that this is doing anything super interesting within the horror genre. To me, this seems like a lot of stuff I've seen before, except for the way, like again, like the way the plot is built, and I liked that, but I wasn't necessarily as sold on it. I don't know if I loved that as much. I talked about this in our review. I know where I was like, is there a version of this movie where they don't do that and it's potentially a bit better? But yeah, anyway, yeah, I really like this movie as well. I thought it was fun. This wouldn't have been my next pick for horror either, though. I would have picked X before this. I think X fits horror better for me personally. But yeah,
there's a lot of for me's in this episode.
Very subjective.
But yeah, I think that's all you have to say for
yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, so Peter, you have a double pick, and
dude, I've seen Barbarian.
Now are you
too.
done? Oh, you did?
Yeah, we did the episode on it.
You're right. But you wouldn't have picked it. It's not like you were gonna pick it though.
No, I'll just quickly comment on it.
I see. Sorry, yes. Do you think?
What do you have left, Peter?
I have
horror, family, and
wild card.
Okay. Can
Can
I guess what you're gonna pick for horror? Or
let him do Barbarian first,
you go,
then he can.
I just thought like I always love it when trailers trick you, and this one again, trailer tricks you. You think
you can get sued? No.
Yeah, you can get sued on that. Everyone thinking Billy is the big bad, the classic horror guy. Well, actually, he's not. He's just a very nice guy that gets killed. Oh, spoiler, by the way. Sorry.
We already did it. We did the spoiler for this.
Okay. And I thought like the perspective switch is fun. Like just having like usually like when there's comedic moments in horror, it's like dark comedy. Like it's not supposed to be like pure comedy, but then you just have like basically a stretch middle of the horror film. You just like survive the labyrinth underneath the basement, and then it's just like, well, actually, we're just gonna give you a lighthearted sequence of Justin Lang being an asshole, and I thought like that's really fun, and just having this sort of like thing going back and forth between horror and comedy is a pretty neat journey. So
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Now it's your picks. You have two left. What are you gonna do?
I'll do family. I'll say wildcard last. I know no one's picking my wildcard pick anyways.
You have seen. I just want to clarify. You have seen horror films this year that I haven't been picked yet. You've seen. You saw Bones and All, right?
No.
Oh yeah, I guess it's
Okay.
horror technically.
Oh, that's the one you skipped out. Okay, so
Yeah,
you saw
I didn't do
then.
that one.
You did see The Menu, which is a horror comedy.
Menu. I
Menu's
wouldn't
horror?
consider menus
I
horror.
would
man.
never
Yeah.
think of Menu as horror. Yeah.
I will ask Wikipedia.
It's like a
whether or
thriller
not you
at
do.
best.
Let me check.
What is
The
it?
Menu is a 2022 American dark comedy horror thriller film.
No way, bro.
Well, that's just what they say. So
Oh, I
Well,
wonder.
okay. Actually,
I think
like,
I might have taken an L here. I might have taken that for comedy. No, never mind. Okay, never mind.
like I think Menu's good, but it won't be my pick. I lean more towards unique film than like a film that's just good.
Anyways, what did
so-
you pick for family? Because your cop out. Did I explain that in this episode?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Okay, what's your cop out then?
I'm doing Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Oh right,
That's
Yeah.
what I thought you were gonna do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
forgot you
think
said that.
it's just like when I saw the Fantastic what is it? Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yeah.
Is that what's called? I thought it's like Mr. something else. Like I always loved stop motion animation, and I think when it is as well acted as Pinocchio, it's just always a joy to watch. I was debating between this and The Fableman because I feel like Fableman is like a very family movie as well. But I
Okay.
think this one wins out just because you've seen like the background and how much work it goes into like making these type of movies. And I wish more people will and keep making these type of movies. I think it's really great, and it's like a very, I think like it didn't stick to the original story beat by beat, but all the changes it's made, it makes sense, and it's honestly for the better. So love it, and that's my pick. It's top 10 for me, and 4 stars, 4 out of 5.
Nice.
Top
Yeah.
10. Okay.
It's also 4 stars for me, but it's number 14 for me. Yeah, I really liked this movie as well. I think it was really great. I think it was really fun. Yeah, we talked about this so recently. I don't have that much to say about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I thought the animation was great. I liked the story. Yeah.
This is very funny. So so both of you gave 4, right? 4 stars.
Yeah.
Peter, yours was top what?
Top 10.
Aiden's was 14, right?
Yeah.
Mine is also 4 stars, but at 21. So that kind of shows like, yeah, we all pretty well agree. Like, yeah, it's a good movie, but just like I found that it's kind of like repetitive. Like, yeah, it's Pinocchio. They make changes, but not enough for me. And I didn't enjoy it personally, and so that's kind of where it loses that star. Is it wasn't for me, but I don't really have much more to say on that either. So, Peter, you have one more.
Kate Blanchett as the monkey, bro.
It's a fucking monkey. Yeah. So what? So what? I have a better Kate Blanchett performance. Fuck you. You have one last pick for wild card.
Yes.
I will kind of want to guess what you're picking.
Yeah, please guess.
Aiden and I can guess what you're picking.
Okay, sure.
You each get 2 tries. Let's say
I
2
think you're
tries.
picking the Fablemans. That's my guess.
I was
Wrong.
also thinking Fable. Okay.
Okay,
You're
your second
Peter's doing
try.
whatever he wants.
Second try. Do you want to guess again?
I do want to guess again.
Okay.
I can't even.
I'm trying to. I'm
Well,
looking through
we'll
my
let Aiden
list.
guess first. Aiden
What
still.
did you even watch this
What did
year?
you
Like
watch?
I can't
Yeah,
think of
'cause
anything.
I know what's in. I know what's in contention for my wild card, and like the only one that is in contention for mine that I think you might have also picked was Fablemans.
No.
And so you didn't see? Did you see Babylon? I don't remember. My
No.
brain is so
No.
broken.
Did
You
not
didn't
see Babylon.
Did you
I don't know.
I'll
The
send you-
menu is the menu your wild card? I don't I don't know.
No.
No,
Oh,
there's no way.
Alex, you have one more guess.
fascinated.
Yeah.
Man,
I don't think you guys will guess this.
I
to be
really
honest.
have no
Okay,
idea.
wait. I'm gonna be smarter. I was looking at the films I've seen this year, but I'm gonna just check what you've seen.
Yeah, I guess I should have done that too.
Well, because I thought like it's probably something that I've seen, but maybe it's not. You're gonna be okay. Pause for difficulties while I do this. Okay. No,
Elvis.
no, 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 no. Amsterdam for sure. um, man, what are you gonna pick? This is so weird.
3,000 years?
Yes.
Really?
Ooh,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like his one of the highest ranked left that he hasn't picked. Okay, yeah, let's
I
hear it.
really like 3,000 years. I know you guys don't think like it's like
I
you know
forgot.
it's
Okay, yeah.
I liked it.
like I remember Alex as a really disliked the way it handled the pandemic, but I think like it's
Yeah.
such a small part of the movie. I'm willing to forgive that. I thought
That's
like
not.
it's
Just to be clear, that's not the only reason I don't like it.
yeah. Well, I just that's what I remember at least personally.
Okay.
I just think the way that it showcases this fantastic world visually, it's so amazing, and like some of the shots, it's straight out of like a fairy tale, and like the way they depicted it with this sort of like magic realism tone as well is just a very like it took me by surprise personally. Like I didn't expect it to be that good, and like Matt, like this is very different from Mad Max, the director's other film.
Mhm.
So I thought like it will be like an okay film at best, but like the character work is there and the visual is there, and then the story might be a little weak, but just because the exotic locations and characters and um depictions that we see in the movie, I'm willing. That's my wild card pick. That's 4 out of 5 for me. It's in my top 10 as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, for me, this movie is 29. I gave it 3.5 stars, but I will say this is at the bottom of movies I liked. This is also at the this is at the turning point on my ranked list right around then when I stopped really liking the movies. And I think it's like literally one of the last of the I liked it. Um, I really liked a lot of how this movie explored the idea of storytelling and how like we make meaning out of things as people and how we can't like there are so many random things that happen, and in a sense like everything that happens is just this random array, but we as humans like can't help but draw a through line for it and create a
Absolutely.
meaning that means something to us.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes to the point where we feel like it's fate, and maybe it is, and so it's like I like that idea, the ideas of storytelling and fate. But there's some messiness in this movie. I think it could have been refined more. I think it loses me towards the end a little bit. But yeah, I like this movie. Yeah,
Yeah, for me, I think I've liked it less the more I've thought about it. It's aesthetically just something that wasn't for me. Um, it's a lot and yet not enough. Like I think I said in our pod like it's a story that clearly should have been like an epic, and it needed the length to achieve that, and then it decided to be under 2 hours. And I think like money making wise, that was the smartest thing, except for the fact that it just kind of feels like it's been cut at the kneecaps.
mm,
So then it's not going to make money because I think the marketing is just terrible for this movie. Like
it was
they're
very bad.
trying to they're trying to make it like appeal to general audiences. I think maybe by being so short. But like it's not like they're gonna fucking see this.
Yeah,
So um yeah, and I don't know. I didn't really care for it.
sure.
It's just one of those maybe not for me. So I have it ranked pretty low. I give it 2.5 right now, which maybe is unfair, but it's at 53. There's some like bad movies that I've ranked higher, only because like as an experience they're so much more enjoyable. Like I get
Sure.
something out of them, even though like I'm sure like from a craft standpoint, 3,000 Years is quite good.
Okay.
Um, I think Peter that
That's
rounds
yeah.
out
That's
That's right.
your picks. And we'll review at the end, so we don't need
Yeah.
to do it now. But that means it's my turn again. Now I did have a last minute consideration. Like maybe I should change what I'm gonna pick for my international feature,
Okay.
because I realized that the one that I was gonna pick, I have another option. Bardo is a Mexican film,
Okay.
and so that's on the table. But I think I'm gonna have to go with my gut. Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with Holy Spider.
Okay.
So that movie is I'm gonna pull out some information out from it. Um, That's number 15 on my list. I ranked it at 4 stars. It is a. It's actually, I think it's a film from Denmark, which is funny. It's in like, I think it's set in Iran. Thank you. Okay, I just wanted to verify that. So it's set in Iran, and so it's like all in Persian, in Farsi, and it's about. I'm just gonna read the letterbox synopsis. It's a journalist who descends into the dark underbelly of the Iranian holy city of Mashhad as she investigates the serial killings of sex workers by the so-called spider killer, who believes he is cleaning the streets of sinners. Like that synopsis is
Yeah,
that's the movie I
that's
want to
sick.
watch. I'm
Yeah,
so into like David Fincher kind of stuff. So like this is a movie that I was bound to like. It's not perfect, um, but yeah, I just found it super captivating, and I think the cinematography was great. So yeah, I'm happy to have that as my international feature. I mean, like the ones that I would have picked, Aidan picked long
yeah,
ago. Like I think his
yeah,
two first picks, Decision
yeah.
to Leave and After Sun, would have been my,
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty happy with choosing Holy Spider. So that rounds out my picks.
That is a
So
movie I wish I saw, and I will see it at some point. Yeah.
yeah, so I think that means Aiden is the last one, and
Wild
you
card.
have one more pick, wild card.
Yeah, so I have a few options for this. The main ones I'm considering are White Noise, Bardo, Fablemans, and I guess X is there because I'm just looking at my list of like movies that are ranked high on my ranking, that just haven't been picked yet. And the
Hmm.
highest one currently is White Noise, but I'm thinking about that more, and I think I'm gonna go Bardo. I really did enjoy this movie a lot. I thought that this was a deeply fascinating movie. This is a movie that's not getting reviewed very well, but I thought that the like this movie resonated with me a lot emotionally, despite like tackling things that are completely foreign to me. And I thought that it did such a good job of exploring different aspects of it. I think people are saying that this movie is self-indulgent, but to me like the movie is so critical of the main character that I don't think it is just like, oh, woe is me, like I'm dealing with all of these things and I'm a filmmaker and like I don't know. I was thinking about a movie that I was thinking about was Eight and a Half while watching
Yeah,
this,
that's
and I
that's a comparison everyone
and
makes.
I
It's very
think
similar.
it's very strange to me that people have that criticism for this, but not for Eight and a Half. Because I like Eight and a Half, but Eight and a Half feels like that to me a little bit, where it's
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, this is like so specific to you that why would I necessarily care as much about this? Whereas Bardo, I think it's very specific to Inuritu, but it like manages to bring that into a multiple broader conversations, and I think that the way the plot weaves together and you start to understand what happened and what hasn't happened, and I think this movie's really great, and then I think the ending is really like it brings it home for me as well. I like the visual style of this for a lot, but actually, if I did have one of my major criticisms, I think there are some times where the whole wide angle thing doesn't work as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
this entire movie is on like very wide lenses, and like it's kind of weird. And I like the look for the most part, but then there's sometimes where I'm like, okay, but I wish I saw like the character's face better. Like,
Yeah.
it's like an over the shoulder, and because it's on such a wide lens, the character that is technically the subject of the frame is so far away from it that it's like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it was a few minor things. There were a few times where it was kind of like this floating camera thing where I was like, okay, like in the scene when he's
Mm-hmm.
dancing in like the club, I there was one shot where I was like, why
Like
is this our
a,
shot?
a crane shot that like pulls back super far and high, and it pushes in, and then it goes low, and it's like floating around, and he's like
Yeah,
dancing. That's one of my
yeah,
favorite parts of the movie.
yeah, but I liked it for the most part too. But there's one point where it's hanging on that, and I wrote in my notebook watching it where I was like, why are we hanging here? And I don't know.
Mhm.
Like there's little things like that I didn't like, but I overall really enjoyed this movie. So that is my wild card.
Fair enough.
Number eight, 4.5. That's what I gave it.
Okay. For me, it's at number 13. I could
Okay.
see that moving down actually, but I do have it at 4 stars. Um, it's It's fun. I understand the criticisms. I've looked into it, so I get it. I get why the criticisms are there. Um, as someone who is like kind of blind to those things and like the general feeling people have for the director Inaritu.
Yeah,
Like I don't have that. Like
I don't have
I
that
didn't
either.
even know that existed until I
Yeah,
heard about this movie. So like I'm just watching it kind of blind to that. I was like, yeah, this is fun. This is fine. I really liked the surreal nature of it, and there's
yep.
some really great scenes. Like particularly at the beginning, I was super on board. So
Mhm.
like when the subway car or not subway, like the above ground train is filled with water and axolotls, like I was like, yeah, this is awesome. I
Yeah,
like this. Um, I do agree that like I'm getting kind of tired of the Inaritu wide angle thing. Like
sure.
he's done at least three movies like that,
Yeah,
Birdman
Birdman and
and
Revenant.
The Revenant. Like
Yeah,
we get it. That's your thing. Like I think style like that should be dictated for a particular movie and because it means something to that story and
mm.
shouldn't just be used like all the time. Like I think that's a little goofy, but um yeah, I had a fun time. It's probably too long, at over 2.5 hours. Apparently there was a longer cut
All
that
right.
was like went to film festivals and then like Netflix made him cut it down
All
further,
right.
which I think is so funny. But yeah,
I don't think this movie should be longer than it is, but I didn't feel like this movie was long. I can understand how it would feel long, but I was
yeah,
on board with everything that was happening.
it's tough when you have to watch it at home, I think. I'm just
Yeah,
starting to like get to grips with the fact that watching something at home is so hard for me and
yeah.
is so vastly different from watching something in a theater. Um I like, like I can't watch a movie in one go at home for one reason or
Really?
another.
No, oh, I have
No,
to get up several times too.
for one reason or another. A
Yeah,
lot of the time it's because my dog needs to go outside. But like it's just inevitable and I'm gonna be distracted and you know, it really ruins the experience and so it makes a long movie feel longer, I think. But
Because I feel like personally, my only problem with watching movies at home is I find myself pausing too much. Like sometimes,
oh,
especially
same thing.
in like a whether it's like, oh, are you really gonna do that? It's like, oh shit, he's gonna die. Like like the really tense moments. I was like,
no,
okay, I'm gonna take like just 20 seconds and then continue. And sometimes that ruins movies for me.
I do
So
the same thing
Yeah,
with
that's
awkward
yeah,
moments. If there's an awkward
yeah, that
moment,
too.
that's when I
Yes,
pause
it's
it.
like, are you seriously doing
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
That's funny. I
Yeah.
don't think I usually do that. Anyways, that's it. We've done our
hell
draft.
yeah.
So I'll give a review. I'll review our draft. No, I'm gonna. It is a review, but not that kind. So should I now? The question is, do I go by each category or by
Category,
each
yes,
person?
category.
Sure. Category.
Okay. So everyone pit. Fine, whatever. For by category for blockbuster, I picked Nope. Aiden picked Avatar. Peter picked Black Panther.
Should we talk about who we think has the best pick for each thing?
Sure, that's fun.
Because I think you do. I think Alex does. I think that's
Yeah,
the best one.
yeah.
What's our
I agree.
qualification?
I think
Just
it's the best
personal.
movie. Yeah, like
Oh, best movie. Easily
Yeah.
I have it.
Yeah.
But I think best blockbuster in kind of like Avatar
I
is like
guess.
the highest grossing movie of the year. It's the blockbuster of the year.
Sure.
So I think there's different ways to value it. But for action, I have the Batman. Aiden has RRR, and Peter has Top Gun.
I once again think Alex has the best pick here. Actually.
I think Top Gun.
I'm
Okay.
torn between mine and Top Gun. I think RRR has some weak points to it, just by the fact that it's pretty silly and like maybe not one dimensional, but sort of. Top Gun has some very thrilling aerial sequences. So I might be leaning towards that one. I do think that's a great pick for action. For horror / family, there's Barbarian, Pearl, and Pinocchio.
Dude, this is very divisive.
I think
This is
everyone's
my
gonna pick
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
own.
I think, in my opinion, I easily have the best pick. But yeah,
Easily.
Again,
easily.
mine is the favorite of the three, and Peter didn't like ours, so this is
Yeah.
just a no sum. Is it a no sum game? I don't know what that's
One of
for.
them, one of those terms.
One of them things. For drama, I have Tar, Aidan has After Sun, and Peter has Everything Everywhere All at Once. So like
Damn,
three of the best movies
that
of
one
the
is
year.
stacked.
It is
I
stacked.
do. I personally, any of these are great.
Yeah.
I personally think I edge you guys out a little bit, but
You win.
that's it.
I agree. I concede. After Sun is my favorite of the year. You're not getting around that. So, Peter. Oh, Peter doesn't like either of ours.
Yeah.
So.
I think like just judging on drama alone, I think Tar is the winner.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Then for comedy, I have Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Aidan has Glass Onion, and Peter has Triangle of Sadness.
Again,
I
very
would say-
difficult.
of the ones I've seen, I like mine more definitely, but I might really like Bodies. I don't know.
I think Triangle is definitely the funniest one for me personally.
And
Not
I
for me.
can't say that I love Glass Onions, so like
Okay.
I'd have to pick mine or Peter's. It's tough though. I also think like Bros could have been a really solid pick because I think Bros is funnier than all of those ones. But
I don't think so.
I chose quality over how funny I think it was. But and then finally for wild card, I have After Yang.
Wait, we skipped international, bro.
Oh, did I? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it a long time ago. Okay, fine. International, I have Holy Spider. Aidan has Decision to Leave, and Peter has Banshees of Inisherin.
I think I win.
Aidan
Yeah, I
wins.
think easy decision. Yeah.
Moving on. Back to wild card. I have After Yang. Aidan has Bardo, and Peter has 3,000 Years of Longing.
Oh, I personally win here, but I could go After Yang as well.
I would vote After Yang and stick with that pretty easily. Peter,
I think
if you-
mine is the most wild card, so I'm gonna stick with my pick.
You haven't
Okay.
seen the other ones, so like whatever. Your opinion means something. So that's what it is. For our listeners, why don't you tell us who won? Because we're all gonna have our own
Yeah.
opinions.
No, tell us
Listeners-
your draft. What would your draft be?
No, I don't give a shit. Tell us who won. Tell us who won. Tweet us at Predator V Movies on Twitter. We're not gonna have a hashtag, so don't hashtag us.
Yeah.
But add us
We
and
don't
tell
have
us
enough
who.
people for that to matter.
No, tell us who won our thing, and yeah, or if you're on YouTube, like leave a comment or whatever.
Yeah.
We got to know who won. Even if there's one person who says it, that'll be by default the answer.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think next what we're gonna do is we'll do our honorable mentions. All right, so for our honorable mentions, I'm just gonna go through my list basically, and let's talk very, very briefly about some of the stuff we missed. So at number 9 for me, I have Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Just a very cute kids movie, blend of animation and live action. Quite funny and charming, with an indie feel. Great directorial feature debut for Flesher Camp, I believe is his last name. At number 11, Damien Chazelle's Babylon. Again, this is just for my rankings, but maybe not his, perhaps his worst film, but by no
I think
means
probably by
bad.
default. Yeah.
Yeah, because every other one has been so great.
Yeah.
And very harshly reviewed by critics, perhaps, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that one. It just got beat out, I think.
Yeah. There's some amazing stuff in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Number 12, I have The Fablemans.
Yep.
Again, like a pretty solid movie. You know, not very close to Spielberg's best, but it was another good look at cinema and a love letter to cinema. There was a no, I'm gonna skip that. Oh, at number 20, I have Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Probably the most surprising movie from this year. One of the best DreamWorks movies I've seen ever. I guess both of you didn't really see it. The first act is phenomenal. It does get into kind of like a clearly plot structured second and third act, but I think the story it's telling is very interesting, and I do think people should go check that one out.
Do I need to know the Shrek and Puss lore before
Kind of,
watching this?
kind
Oh,
of like
Okay.
it does.
I don't remember that at all.
It does follow up from the first Puss in Boots. There's a character that's from the first one, so Kitty Softpaws,
Oh,
played
okay.
by Salma Hayek. I don't know if that counts. Oh, we didn't get X in the list, but
yeah.
it was mentioned quite a bit. I had that at number 23 personally. At number 24, I have Bros, also talked quite a bit about. Fire Island, I have at number 26. Number 27, I have Bones and All. Number 28, I have White Noise.
Sure.
Number 29, The Northman. I could probably stop about there. I guess the menu didn't make it onto the list. We also talked about See How They Run in a podcast, and that one, it was fine. The Woman King, we didn't mention. Prey. The Whale, Elvis, Blonde, Don't Worry, Darling.
Yeah,
Bullet Train.
These aren't honorable mentions anymore.
Yeah, these are just
right,
movies.
You're
Forget
just
what
saying
we were
things
doing.
you saw.
These are honorable
Yeah.
mentions.
Okay, I'll just quickly. I'll literally just say like movies I liked that I didn't mention. Yeah, so I really liked White Noise. That's at number 6 for me. Fablemans is at number 11 for me. I like that movie a lot too. X is number 12. Babylon's an honorable mention for me. The Menu's an honorable mention for me. That's 15 and 17 respectively. Northman is number 18. That was also another really good one I liked. Yeah, those are mine.
Peter, do you have any?
Well, I just want to touch on Fableman quickly. I think Fableman is a great movie, but I think I have this issue with a lot of Spielberg movies for some reason. It's like I like the movie and I think there's nothing wrong with it, but I just don't feel very strongly about this movie. It's not like I passionately like this movie or I passionately hate this movie, you know?
Okay.
Menu, I also have that on the list. But Menu is like, in my opinion, like it did everything well, but it's not like crazy good.
I don't think it's I think you said it. It's not a very special movie, but I think
yeah,
it's just yeah.
I agree with that. And then we have the bad ones that I'm not going to mention.
We don't need to. Yeah, I forgot. That was my bad. The first ones were definitely honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And then they stopped being honorable. They were just mentions. Aidan, you wanted to do some retroactive score changing beyond what we have already talked about.
I sure do. So I've already talked about a few, such as Triangle of Sadness, Glass Onion, and After Sun. I think those are ones I already said I changed my score for. For Thor: Love and Thunder, that's one that I immediately want to change my score for. I have that at 1.5. The more I've thought about that movie, it is a complete failure on every
0
level.
star.
I am moving that to 0.5.
Oh my god!
That is easily the worst movie I saw this year.
That's great.
I was also reviewing this in the same vein, Multiverse of Madness. While I did enjoy this movie, I gave it 3.5, which is crazy.
That's high, bro.
That's crazy that I gave it that. So I'm moving that to 2.5. And then my last one is Fablemans, which I gave 3.5, and I'm moving that to 4. Because I think this movie's very, very good, actually.
That's fair.
Think that I went into it thinking like, oh, it's going to be a love letter to cinema. It's not really it's in that category, but it winds up being like exploring like ambivalent feelings towards film and like kind of the breakdown of his family. It's deeply introspective, and I think this movie is better than 3.5 for sure. I really liked it. So yeah, those are my score changes.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't have any score changes, but I do just want to say there are 3 movies that I saw this year that I ranked worse than Thor: Love and Thunder. So it's not quite the bottom of the barrel.
Wait, what are they? What are they?
I have at number 59 Men, which I hated, and at least Thor: Love and Thunder, despite how stupid it is, I can have a good-ish time watching it.
Sure.
I can like laugh at it, and like it's not like completely irredeemable.
Okay.
Whereas Men, I truly despise. Number 60, I have a new one, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
No way you hated that.
I had to stop it. I couldn't keep watching. Thor: Love and Thunder, I saw twice in theaters. The second time was to be like, I didn't just see that, right? And like I saw it with my cousin, she was in town. So, and then dead last, I have Pinocchio, Disney.
Okay.
That's
I'll-
garbage. So, anyways, I have some top 10s in front of me from people who aren't here.
For some of our recurring guests.
Yes. So our recurring guest Sasha has a top 10. At number 1, he placed Top Gun Maverick. Number 2, The Menu. Number 3, Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery. Number 4, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Number 5, you guessed it, Death on the Nile.
What?
Number 6, Nope. Number 7, you guessed it, Don't Worry, Darling.
Oh my god, no way.
Number 8, Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Number 9, Bros. And number 10, Violent Night.
I'm surprised Bros got paced that low.
No way.
I don't think he's
That's a
seen that
Winnipeg
many
movie.
movies this year.
What is Violent Night?
That movie falls into the genre. Violent Night falls into the genre of movies that are clearly in Winnipeg, despite not being set in Winnipeg.
Oh my god! It's a David Harbour Santa movie. Oh my god. Okay.
And then I also have Ryan's list in front of me.
Yes.
It's also in Letterboxd. He calls it 2022 ranked, the year of the bops, and then a bunch of things that aren't eligible. At number 1, he has Banshees of Inisherin. Number 2, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Number 3, Tar. Number 4, After Sun. This is pretty traditional so far. Number 5, he has Fire of Love, the documentary about the 2 volcanists. I've yet to see that. It's on Disney Plus, and I intend to. Number 6, Decision to Leave. Number 7, you're gonna like this, Aidan. White Noise.
Yeah,
Number
we saw it together.
8. Okay. Number 8, Leonore Will Never Die. I've never heard of this.
Sure.
Number 9, RRR. And number 10, Puss in Boots.
No way! I'm in top 10!
That second half kind of threw me for a loop.
That's crazy.
I wouldn't expect him to have that.
There's definitely some ones that he's seen a lot of movies this year.
Yeah, he's
I think,
seen an insane amount.
102. So all the ones we've mentioned, he's probably seen. And the fact that RRR and Puss in Boots made it to the top 10, I wish he was here so I could say that, like, interesting choices. They're not bad movies, but like
I'm not mad at that, but
I'm not mad at him. I mean, I'm a little angry, but we're gonna do a very quick segment. Trends from this year. We might have noticed things that have just kind of ironically all coincided. So, Peter, what kind of trends have you noticed from this year?
Okay, so because these movies didn't get mentioned, I'm going to talk about the bad movies of this year. I noticed the trend of they all have incredible casts, but somehow flop spectacularly. Okay. So I'm thinking movies like Amsterdam, The Gray Men, and like Thor, if you consider it, like it's not really like a flop in like money sense, but it's a flop in terms of like ratings, etc., quality of the movie. And I think, like, personally, I didn't really like Woman King, and the cast is actually very, very stacked. So like to me, that's like a flop in my book. And also, well, like to me, I think See How They Run should have performed a lot better than what they delivered. So these are just some examples.
Sure. Yeah, cool. I think that actually is an interesting observation because there's been a lot of talk this recently where Hollywood stars don't have the same sway as like IP does. Like I've seen people talking about this where it's like Robert Downey Jr. doesn't pull in audiences like Iron Man does. You know what I mean? Like it's stuff like that, and I think that's interesting.
I have a trend from this year. Now, no, it's definitely a trend. There are a lot of movies that came out this year that are over 2.5 hours.
That's true.
Which I would say is like 2 to 2.5 is like a fine movie range, but like when you're exceeding 2.5, you're really pushing it. And I have, I think, just under 10. So I'll go from shortest to longest movies. So at number, let me just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm at 9. Okay. So at number 9 is Tar. And I should also probably tell you what the runtime is. Tar is 158 minutes. So that's 138, I think. Yeah. 1 hour 38. At number 8, I have Elvis. 238. Sorry. 238. Elvis, I have for 159 minutes. So that's 239 minutes. Bardo is number 7. Is 240. At number 6, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever,
Oh yeah.
242. At number 5, Blonde, 247.
Wow.
Number 4, The Batman. Uh, is that? Oh, let me think about this. 257. So almost 3 hours. Now we get into the 3 hour movies. RRR, 3 hours and 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Babylon, 3 hours and 9 minutes.
Yeah.
And finally, Avatar: The Way of Water, 3 hours and 12 minutes. That's insane. That's insane this
crazy.
year.
Yeah.
So that's my trend of the year. Aidan, what did you
It's very
notice?
fun. Yeah, well, I don't know. I have a few that are like there aren't like an insane amount of movies under this, but like I don't know. I was just thinking there are a few like smaller trends I noticed. I noticed that there were like 3 like pretty big like semi autobiographical movies. There was After Sun, The Fablemans, and Bardo.
Okay,
And I
yeah.
thought that was kind of interesting that they were all movies that are about like film, kind of more or less about the filmmaker themselves and their experiences. Um, yeah, and that was one of mine. I mean, yeah, the other one I had was like called it like the artsy blockbuster, and by that I mean like the blockbuster that got a lot of critical acclaim, or like the big like action movie, like crazy action movie
Yeah.
that got a lot of acclaim, like Everything Everywhere, Batman, Top Gun, Nope, like that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a good year for like really solid blockbusters, I think.
Yeah.
Some honorable mentions I have are The Rich Suck, Love Letters to Cinema, and Let's Eat People. There's quite a few movies where people are eaten or are the dish. Anyways, now we're going to look forward to 2023. What's coming out this year? So I
Sure.
think Aidan is going to start us off with the first
Yeah.
third of the year.
Yeah. So the first thing we got in January, we got Mithrigan and Infinity Pool. The Mithrigan is Megan. And February, we have Knock at the Cabin Door. We have Magic Mike, and we have Ant-Man and Cocaine Bear. In March, we have Creed, we have Screeny, we have Shazam, and 60, we have Shazam 65 and John Wick 4. Is this John Wick 4 or 5?
Yeah, it's 4.
4.
Yeah.
In April, we have Mario, and then we have Redfield, and we have Beau is Afraid, which I'm not looking forward to. But yeah, that's our first third of the year.
What is Beau is Afraid?
Because I don't like Ari Aster very much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, didn't he do Midsummer?
Yeah.
And it is mid.
Okay. Okay.
Speaking, Peter, your turn.
So for the next little bit, we have Guardians 3 featuring
In
Adam
May.
Warlock
In May.
in May. The 10th movie in the Fast and Furious.
Hell
I have no idea. They just skipped the Furious now. It's just Fast X. It's not. It's
Well, yeah,
no longer.
number 5 is Fast 5 too. So
Okay.
The naming
Okay.
sequence means nothing. I like
Yeah.
that there's the fate of the Furious thrown in there, like randomly.
And apparently, okay, this is interesting. The director of the past couple of Fast movies quit when this movie
What are you
started
doing?
filming.
Get to the point.
Oh,
We're just
right,
telling
yeah,
what
yeah.
the movies are.
Right. Next one we'll have Little Mermaid also in May, and then June we have Spider-Man. I think this is Across the Spider-Verse, right?
There's no Tom Holland.
Very, very, very hyped about that. Next Transformer installment, the Flash movie. No idea how that's gonna go. Next Wes Anderson film, Asteroid City. The next Indiana Jones film, and then in July we have Mission Impossible: Death Reckoning or Dead
Reckoning Part
yeah.
1.
Yeah, Part 1. Oppenheimer and Barbie both on the same day.
Yep.
The Marvels, so that's the Captain Marvel sequel, I think. And then in August we have Blue Beetle. Is that DC Blue Beetle?
It sure is.
Okay.
I've lost it. So then I'm next. This is the last third of the year. September we have Next Goal Wins. That's Taika Waititi's next film. Hopefully he treats that one seriously. October we have Kraven the Hunter. November we
featuring Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Dune Part 2. December we have
Dune.
Wonka and Aquaman 2. Is this a big year for sequels? Or
Yeah, I
am
guess
I
so.
crazy?
Yeah, it seems like it.
And then there are a bunch of movies that are claiming to come out this year but don't have release months or dates yet, which includes Ridley Scott's Napoleon, Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon,
That
David
one's with
Fincher's
Leo and it's a western.
yes, and Jesse
Okay.
Plemons, and David Fincher's The Killers, and Yorgos Lanthimos's Poor Things, which is I think a Frankenstein movie. So I have a question for you guys. Oh, we also missed in March the movie with Willem Dafoe called Inside is coming out.
Oh right.
So do you guys? What are your most anticipated films of the year? I can't believe I butchered that, but
Sure.
um,
I'm really excited. I've talked about this. I like Shyamalan a lot. I'm actually really excited for Knock at the Cabin Door. Um, I'm very excited for Mission Impossible as well as Oppenheimer and Barbie. I think that's gonna be a really fun period.
Deadly
I,
combo.
I don't know how I feel about the Indiana Jones. I'm hopeful, but we'll see. Very very excited for Dune. Very excited for that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Peter.
Dune is the top of the list. I've been reading the book, and the next little bit is about to get like the
Yeah.
second part of the first book is about to get wild.
I'm very
and
curious as to how they're going to do it.
Yeah, because like now that I've read the book, I have a clear idea of what they cut and what they kept, and some of the stuff that they cut is actually important for the second half. So no idea how they're gonna handle that. Casting news on Dune just gets me even more hyped. Some legendary actors in there. And then the next one I would say is actually Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. First one's fantastic, absolute banger.
Oh, yeah.
The second one is, judging from the trailer, is going to be as great. And then I have not seen the French Dispatch. Actually, I need to go watch that. But Asteroid City, I love Wes since Grand Budapest came out, and I started watching some of his older films as well. So yeah, and of course, Oppenheimer and Barbie. What are you guys watching first on that day? I think I'm
Motherfucking B.
Yeah. Okay.
I might actually have to do a double feature that day.
Yeah, like I think
Yeah,
genuinely
of course.
I'm gonna watch
that
too.
Might be so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so if I have to keep it under 5, I think I've decided. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I love that franchise so much. Barbie, Dune Part 2, and David Fincher's The Killers, and Yorgos Lanthimos' Poor Things. Those two, I mean, like most of those are because of directors, but
Yeah.
Are you gonna cry again at Guardians?
Yep. I also have most anticipated for Sasha and Ryan. Sasha says Wes Anderson's Asteroid City, and for Ryan, you're gonna love this, Aidan. Beau is Afraid, The Killers.
Yeah, no way.
Oh, maybe I messed that up. It might be The Killer. I don't know if it's The Killer or The Killers. That's my bad. And
it is The
Poor
Killer.
Things, which is the Yorgos Lanthimos one. So me and Ryan have pretty similar.
I didn't mention The Killer, but I am very excited for that too. Actually, yeah.
Oh, also, I think I screwed that up. I just read his text again. He said Flux Gourmet is tied with Puss in Boots for 10th place. So there you go.
What is that?
It's a movie that came out this year. It has Gwendolyn Christie in it, and it's about like food and art or something. Oh, it sounds like the menu. Anyways, we have a segment, Peter, and we're going to be very brief about it.
Yes. What have you all seen the past week? Predator's picks.
And I think it's just me. You guys haven't seen anything? Okay, so I saw, is it like 3 through 5 of the Scream movies? So like 3, 4, 5. 5, I think, was the first good one in a while. I didn't care for 3, and 4 wasn't great. I watched The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. I had to stop half an hour in. It was so not for me. Like I don't know if it was bad or not, but I did not care for it at all. Just a movie that's trying so hard to be funny and failing at every turn. It's like meme funny, like trying to like latch on to the Nicolas Cage yelling meme that hasn't been funny in 15 years. So it just feels like an internet-based movie that should have come out so long ago. And then I watched, after stopping that, I watched Cane Toads, An Unnatural History, which is a documentary that my parents have been talking about this movie since I was a child. They saw it when it released in 1987. It's like a comedy documentary, and they would describe it to me as like one of the weirdest experiences they've ever had. And it's not that weird. It's funny, sure, but like, anyways, it was interesting for sure. So maybe check that out if you want to. Cane Toads.
Yeah.
Unnatural history.
Did you like it?
I had a fine time.
I think I lied. I think I do have one pick actually.
Let's hear it.
I didn't mention This Place Rules on the last one, did
Oh.
I?
No, you've
Okay.
talked about. I don't think you'd seen it. Or you
Yeah.
had seen
Okay.
it.
Well, I've since watched it. It's very very good. I think it's a really really strong debut from Andrew Callahan. I think that maybe it's not quite as insightful as he thinks it is, but I think like the core message like is definitely like very important, and I think it's something that it is insightful, but it's just not maybe not explored as much as it should be. But I think he has a really good talent for getting people to open up and having immense empathy for a wide group of people, and I think that makes a good documentarian. And so I'm excited to see his next one.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see that. And
Well-
actually, I have heard very similar sentiments from other people. Aidan or Peter?
Yeah, actually, okay. I said I didn't have any picks, but I did watch movies.
Everybody's a liar.
So I guess we'll have some anti-Rex. So, Gray Man, terrible movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, how did they mess up? Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, Anna de Armas, and like even the supporting Jessica Henwick, Reen, I forgot that guy's name. Fuck.
Rene Jean Page.
Yeah, that guy. Like, how did they mess it up, man? Like, it's insane. It's such a
cast doesn't
Yes.
matter in 2022.
Yeah.
2023 cast doesn't
that.
matter.
And then I also seen the holiday special, which is like
Guardians of the Galaxy.
holiday special, which is nothing special. It's like a fun little thing,
Yeah.
And then I've also watched The World's End by Edgar Wright. That one is more fun, but also it's really weird to see because we've seen Rosamund Pike playing just badass after badass, and like it's really weird to see her playing a regular character in The World's End. But yeah, that was fun. Better than the two I mentioned before, and I also watched Jackass Forever.
You watched a lot of movies this week.
Yeah, because Alex is making me catch up. So I tried to pick 2022 movies as much as I can.
None of them got mentioned.
Yeah, but they're all like
terrible movies.
Jackass, like I was screaming the entire time when I was watching Jackass. It's just like I know like some of it is like not as real as they presented to be.
Yeah,
but also like it seems so fucking real, and like I feel bad like for these guys nuts. Like seriously, like they had like a heavyweight boxer punch one guy's nuts. It's just like what the fuck.
Yeah. Anyways, that's all for you though.
Yes.
Okay. For next week, should we do Mithrigan?
I think we do Mithrigan, yeah.
I'm really tempted to watch it.
It's getting great reviews.
Oh, really?
But,
well, okay, maybe.
It's getting reviewed very well.
It's dry January, so we've got to figure out something. We have talked about doing a retroactive podcast during the first half of the year, so we could look at some of the options would be Decision to Leave, After Yang, Babylon wasn't too long ago. We could do one on Bardo. What else did we do?
I will probably watch Babylon soon. Not sure about Mithrigan though.
You're not gonna watch Mithrigan?
Well, he doesn't like horror, so.
Oh yeah.
But sorry. I was just saying, White Noise. We could do one.
Oh yeah.
Basically, stuff that came out in December. I think we could catch.
Oh, actually, Mithrigan's not even in a theater near me. That's weird.
Whatever. Anyways, we need to wrap this up. So if you liked what you see, go check us out on Twitter at Predator V Movies or on Instagram. I post funny things sometimes, and I hope people like it. Also, you have to tell us who won the thing.
Yeah.
If you like our reviews, follow me on Letterboxd at _AlexGordon_. I leave reviews, and I have a 2022 ranked. You can go check out. Aidan also has a Letterboxd.
I do have a Letterboxd. It's 810 Sunny. That's 810 SONNY. My name is Wombo. I also leave reviews sometimes, and I have also ranked my 2022 movies.
If you liked what you hear, go leave a review. Give us a star rating on Spotify, on YouTube, on Apple Podcasts, on wherever you're listening. Show us your love. And if you ever want to reach out to us, please do. It gives us good content, and maybe we'll read it out. We also just appreciate probably we just appreciate the feedback, unless it's mean, and then we'll hate you forever. Until next time, I'm Alex.
I'm Peter.
I'm Aidan.
And this was Predator versus Movies. Until next time. Beep, 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 beep.
Woo, pew, pew, pew. Wah, woo, wah, woo,
Keep going.
Yeah, it's 2022, baby. We did it. We got to 2023.
now.
No, but that's what I'm saying. We fucking we finished 2022.
did
That's
it.
literally
We
what
did
I'm
it.
saying. Like we did it.
We did it, guys.
Yeah, 2023.
Let's
This
go.
is the year now.